Oh yeah, I left an appointment. I literally went home and showered. I felt so gross.
They don't like clean. Yeah. One of the last deals that I closed, dude. Like I remember texting Wes.
Yeah.
Because he had asked me to cover it for him, and I'm like, bro. I think I texted you actually too in the group. Like, dude, there's like 9 cats in this house, and this smells like piss. There's pee pads on the floor and shit. Like I'm stepping. You know those white pads with the blue around it. I'm like, bro, I'm trying not to gag. I was like, dude, or it was. I think they had dogs, dude.
I was in a home
Like,
that
I think
was
they were
that,
using them
but
for
they
shit.
had no floor. It was like plywood, so if they peed, it
Just
soaked
sleep
in.
through fucking nasty motherfuckers, bro. I can't take it. I don't know if I'd say a lot, but you know, it's really whoever we knock on their door. You know, old people are typically easier to sign up. I think
Who's the worst people that you have a hard time signing
Indians.
up? Oh, definitely.
Indians, bro.
No, or
They're
Asian.
Yes.
They
They
feel
never
like,
come through.
I feel like Asians, bro. If the deal makes sense, they'll take it. If you gotta like bend over and give them everything, but they'll take it. Where I feel like
Indians are
Indians, no matter what, bro, they just want to keep shopping. They just want to keep shopping and keep shopping
Forever.
And keep shopping. Yeah.
That's why you call the ownership line.
You get Jay on the phone.
Yeah.
Hey, my brother. Hey, oh, what's up, Patel?
That's so funny because
Patel, that's so funny that you said. I was just saying that the other day.
I actually have a meeting with one. I think he's Indian. He might be Arabic, but we're going to. He invited our customer to Jay. You know, Jay invited him to his office. He said, "Why don't you come to the office?"
visit?
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. What time is that?
7. I know.
That's gonna be close.
7 p.m.
Yeah,
Me and a customer are going to Jay's
tell
office.
Jay that time doesn't work. Do it another day because you're gonna pass up on a fucking. Gene's got a big system, bro. With a nice.
You already
roof.
made the proposal, so I'm gonna just fucking go in there and
Get
bang
in
it
there
out.
and get it quick. Yeah.
I'll show up a little early.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
I always like to show up early.
So I actually, it's weird because I would always go out of my way. I remember telling you this to be late. Like if the appointment was at 5 o'clock, I would show up at like 5:07. Even if I was available and like around the corner, I would just wait like 7 minutes.
What's the reason for that?
I feel like a lot of times when people deal with salespeople, especially from like a door knocking campaign, they think that we're like desperate, like we need them, you know, like so they think they have a lot of control.
Very good. Yeah.
So I always show up and they be like, "You're late." I'm like, "Yeah, man, I just signed up 3 people before you. We're a little behind schedule, so let's get it moving." Like I don't have a lot of time to talk about how late I am.
Yeah, I've always liked to go early.
It makes sense to go early. This was like a weird thing that I did, but I don't know. I feel like it gave me control right away because I let them. It kind of lets them know we're on our time, not their time. Which there's a small window because like you can't be like 15 minutes late. Now that's disrespectful. But like I feel like 5 minutes late. Who's gonna give you shit over that?
Yep.
No, I don't think he's gonna say anything.
But anyways, yeah,
Do you like zoom in on us?
Thank God.
Do you already have the angle set and everything?
bro, we're live. Like you,
Oh,
know,
we already-
you know better than this. Like we're going.
Or no?
This
We're-
is already
we already
recording.
Do you
started.
have us up on these screens so we can see ourselves or no?
No, you gotta
Okay,
just
why don't you
trust them.
scoot in just a little bit? Come closer to the mic, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this good?
Well, not that close.
Hi.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your okay.
Are we
Introduce
on?
yourself. Yeah.
Oh.
We've been
been
live
on.
for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just come in.
Whoa.
Coming hot.
Yeah,
that's right.
so I own Afterglow Tanning and Beauty.
Whoop, whoop.
Tanning, spray tanning, eyelash extensions, teeth whitening, all that good stuff. Located in Tiverton, Rhode Island, and been there for 9
Scoot in
years.
just a little, I'm sorry.
And East Providence, sorry, and
Stand
North
up and lay on
Providence,
the
Rhode
table.
Island.
I was gonna say
Anything
you got
else you want me to do?
2 locations, right?
2 locations, yep, Tiverton and North Providence.
How'd you get into that? What
Funny, it kind of honestly, I never thought like, hey, I'm going to open a tanning salon. It honestly
Yeah.
fell into my lap and I ran with it. I was working for actually a construction company for 7 years. And in the building we were in, above it was a tanning salon. They were going to be selling one of their locations. They had multiple locations. So the owners of my company who owned the building ended up buying it from the gentleman. And they were away on a big job in Florida. And
You guys on Instagram or
yeah, yep.
Georgie?
A-Glow Beauty.
What is it? It's Dayglow?
A-Glow.
A-Glow?
Yep, for Afterglow.
Why did I think? Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought it was a different word, but so it's A-Glow Beauty
A-hole.
at on Instagram.
Yep.
Gotcha. You got a website too,
Yep.
bro? We're talking about Instagram and websites, and you bring up the one thing
A-Glow
we're not
Tan
talking
is
about.
Facebook.
So you guys on MySpace or what?
Can't find it on Twitter.
Is that the one?
We got it.
Oh, look at those tan lines.
Yep, those are, that's a photo shoot we did. That's actual live.
So it's tanning like with the UV rays and shit.
So this is spray
beds?
tanning, this photo that you're seeing here. So we custom did these by hand.
Wow, that's quite a tan.
Yep. So those actually, that's the darkest you'll ever be too, because those were right after we actually sprayed them, and we went right into the photo shoot.
Is there any negative effect to spray tanning? Like,
No, the solution we use is all organic. Oh, let's chat about this one
Oh,
for
nice.
a second. So we actually have a room available for
I
rent
get up close.
in Tiverton and North Providence. So any of you beauty gals out there do aesthetics, facials,
Estheticians and stuff.
Yeah, waxing, laser.
waxing,
Yeah.
laser, anything like that. We have 2 rooms for rent in Tiverton and 1 available in North Providence. So shoot me over a DM.
What's a nurse injector? I've been accused of being that before.
Oh, like if they do like lip injections, Botox.
What am I doing? Oh, yeah, you do a lot.
You don't need to be like a doctor or some sort of
Nurse
certification to
practitioner.
give somebody Botox. Oh, interesting. You have the beds too, or no? The tanning beds.
Yep, we have the
People
UV.
still use those.
Oh yeah.
Are they bad
They've-
for you?
they've
I've read
come-
that they were bad for you.
They've come a long way to, all in moderation.
Yeah.
If you think back in the day, those everyday tanners looking,
All
leathered.
orange and shit,
It's not
Paris
like that. With the
Hilton.
units they have now, you see some of our all high pressure units there. You need to go in once a week, if that, to maintain your tan.
So what is better, a bed or a stand up? I always heard stand up, but I don't know.
It's honestly preference.
The sun.
Sun
Preference.
is better. All right.
And how long
I
you been
always
doing
thought
that?
of it too, like it's controlled.
How
when
long?
You
9 years.
tan like
Damn.
that.
What do you mean?
Like instead of if you go to the beach,
Like
every
sleeping
day
on
in
the beach?
Summer, yeah, you're out in the sun. You don't know how long, what the wattage, like with the sun, it's not the same. As
The
bulbs.
Control.
wattage.
Well, there's like the bulbs. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Like, you
no,
have
no.
more control over it.
Right, right.
And if you,
right.
I don't know if you want to pull up our website too, they can see right at the top right hand side. They can click book now,
She's like, I've never done this. You're a fucking natural. Look at you. Like, on the website.
so they can just click their.
She's
book
like, I don't know
now
if you
and they
guys
can-
want to book appointments right now, but you can call
George,
me
just
at.
put your email address in, please. Let's see how far we can go.
Nice.
Who did your website for you?
I initially had designed it, but I use Level Up Digital Agency.
Oh, okay.
Got a picture of me, cool.
What are you doing in a 2-piece, bro?
And then if you fill in your information there, you get $10 off your first package that you buy.
Nice.
And we also have swag as well. You can order your swag right on our
Look at
website.
you, girl.
Yeah, no shit.
Do you work with her hair too, or no?
Yeah,
That's how
I
we.
met
Yep.
Kaylee.
That's how we originally.
How long
met.
have you been working for Kaylee?
A year now.
A little
maybe?
over a year. Yeah.
Are you guys like
Yeah.
close friends? Like, do you guys
More
hang
now,
out? You
yeah.
guys, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I used to call her just my boss.
Right.
Now she's like my boss, friend, coworker. Now it's
Nice.
kind of like morphed into. I've always had 2 jobs since I started like working, like from high school. I've always had 2 jobs.
Right.
So I just got this job because the job I had, I still work in an emergency room on the side, and they pay bi-weekly. So it was just something like my friend had worked there in high school. It was right down the street from my house.
Yeah.
She pays weekly. It was just like extra cash to have.
Sure.
Like as long as you do your job.
Sure.
It's an easy job. You sit, you do
Commission,
homework.
bonuses, free tanning.
Sure.
So what do you do in the emergency room? What?
I'm an ER tech.
That's right.
So like blood work, EKGs, transports, like when a code comes in, like I'll do CPR, stuff like that.
Let me ask you, do you know how to read EKGs or you just conduct the testing?
I mean, I could read them, like I can see like if it looks like a heart attack, but I don't
Yeah.
like, I'm not allowed to like diagnose
Right.
the EKG. A doctor has to read that, like not even nurses or a nurse practitioner.
Nice. What kind of what kind of schooling do you have to go through to be an ER tech? Is that
So I did it
Something-
my senior year of high school. It was like a program that I went to Seekonk High School. So it was like Attleboro, Norton, Seekonk, Dighton.
I went to DR.
All those, yeah, they all came together for like an after-school program, and it was twice a week, January to June. Went to Attleboro High School. It was like 2 or 3 hours after school. And,
Nice. Where are you going with it? Like, what is it? Just kind of like something you fell into, and
Well, I
You
also,
wanna get out
work
of-
at Afterglow.
yeah.
That was the goal. We should require that all your employees go through that program.
all your employees have to be ER techs.
I mean, put it. Do you do like the injections and shit or no?
No. You have to be like a nurse or a nurse practitioner to do that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest. I don't know the difference between all these terms. Like
Well,
I just know
I
I
had
go to
no
the
proper
hospital and
schooling.
somebody in scrubs helps me.
You know
What do you
I
mean?
I take an exam, like it's certified through the state. I have a Mass and Rhode Island license.
Sure.
But it's not like you go to college for it. Like it's kind of like an EMT. Like you take a course.
I used to be an
YouTube
EMT.
videos.
Yeah. So it's like the same thing, like a scribe, an EMT, a CNA, like
A scribe?
surgical tech.
Don't
Yeah.
they just write shit down when they hear it? What's a
Yeah.
scribe?
Yeah, they have to know like doctor kind of
Terminology.
like lingo and terminology, so they have to get schooling for that. But yeah, it's not bad, like, to get the certification. Like, it's not hard.
Nice.
First, nursing's a 4-year degree, and then after that, you get your master's or, like, you know,
Are you trying to pursue anything in the medical career line, or is it just kind of?
I was. My mom always wanted me to go to med school, and I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
absolutely not.
You're not into that? That's not your thing?
Too many years of schooling.
Yeah.
I'm not really into it. But so then I thought about going to PA school. That's only 6 years. And I was like, oh, I don't even know if I want to do that. So I was like, maybe nursing school. And then I don't know. I've been in the healthcare field for 4 or 5 years now. I'm just like, especially going through COVID, I don't know if I want to, you know, be overworked and underpaid for the rest of my life. So I'm kind
That's
of
right.
moving away from that. I kind of started with Smart Green from Kaylee.
Yeah.
She kind of brought me on to that. So now I'm just kind of running with it. I like it. I like the sales. I like who we work for.
Do you like sales? Do you like?
Honestly, I don't really feel like a salesperson.
Right.
Well, you are though. I mean, you own your own business. You're
Well,
definitely a
no,
salesperson.
but as far as the whole solar aspect goes, I honestly
You don't feel like the used car salesman type.
exactly. I'm
With
more of
the,
like the
slick
educator
back
and the
hair.
presenter. You know what I mean?
Greasy
You know.
hair.
Yeah,
Me
buy
with my
this
slick
Ford.
back bun.
No, you're right though. It's very. I've had a lot of sales jobs, and this is by far the easiest product to sell ever. Because
Josh is very experienced in sales, by the way, if you don't know.
What's your background?
sales.
Well, like in what?
I mean, I started doing sales when I was like 18, actually selling home security for these guys, Jay Gotra.
I was gonna say with yeah.
Yeah, with them. I responded to it. Before I did that, I had 2 jobs. My boo was pregnant with our first kid, and I was working at Papa Gino's and CCRI, working mad hours, making like $400 a week just to like, you know, live, bro. And then I saw an ad on Craigslist that shit said, make $200 a day, work is like play. I was like, oh, fuck, sign me up. This don't sound like a scam at all. When, bro, listen, man, then a couple weeks later, I was in a fucking cheap suit in a little dingy office telemarketing with them. And that's it, man. The rest is history. It's like, you know, it sounds gimmicky in the beginning, but what I did, what made, I think, me stand out is I didn't take it as just like, hey, I'm coming here to get a check. I decided, listen, if I'm gonna sell and make money selling, I'm gonna try to get good at it. You know what I mean? And how do I do that? I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna watch videos, read books about it, take courses on how to do it better, and then that's where we are now.
Yeah, and Josh is actually the one that got me into it. I don't have a sales background at all, so anything I know, I learned from Josh. I talk to him all the time. He gives me pointers all the time that I totally absorb. You know, I never.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no, I try to learn from you and you and bro. That's weird. You and Chris, but yeah. So you guys like the whole going to appointments and stuff like that.
Don't make it sound so terrible, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm just.
Appointments,
Yeah.
No, honestly, I like meeting a lot of
Different people, right,
You know,
yeah.
I like networking, so I like that aspect of. Sometimes by yourself on the road kind of gets a little.
Oh, I live for that shit.
You know, I don't mind driving in the car, throwing my music on.
Yeah,
but
it's
it can get a
What are you
little.
listening to? What were you listening to today?
I listened to a little bit of everything. I was actually what did I play on? So a little bit of old school 112 and Only
okay.
You.
I know I do.
Yeah,
That's what I was jamming out
you.
to. So
Banger.
old school R&B.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
let me ask
literally what we were listening to before you came in.
I got.
I think the playlist I was playing was old school R&B.
Actually, yeah, what was that?
Yeah.
Did it have that song on there?
It might have, bro. It was more. It was a little later. It was like mid 2000s, like Neo and shit. I feel like 112 was like maybe late 90s, early 2000s.
Now, does R&B even
2002,
exist today? You're like of the younger crowd.
Well, how old are you?
21.
Damn, dog.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You're
Happy
talking about
birthday.
like, oh, I don't know what I want to do. I've been in school for
let's
30
take a
years
little
already.
drink for her birthday. When was your
Holy
birthday?
Happy
shit.
birthday,
It was
Hannah.
on Monday. Thank you.
Oh, it was? Did you go out and get stupid and?
No, it was a Monday.
Oh, you didn't celebrate like the weekend before?
I got stupid. What's today? Last night, Saturday night.
I know you went to
What's
Boston the week
today?
before.
What's today?
I got confused. No, yeah, I went to Boston. It
Salute,
was
happy
fun.
birthday,
Slancha.
kid. Sorry, I didn't mean kid
Absolutely.
like kid, but. Oh, you still got plenty of time too to fix. Jay's like, "Whoa, what do you want to do? Are you going to be a nurse forever? You got so many years." I didn't know what I wanted to do until like 2 years ago, and I
still don't know what I want to do.
That's just like it's been
Figuring it
fun
out.
for 2 years. We'll figure it out.
So going into being females, right? You're going into home visits. You guys ever get hit on by customers?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, I get hit on. I'm a guy.
Yeah,
We've had a
Haley's
few
had one or two
creepy
creepers.
situations where
Why
I
do you
actually
think
was
they're
like,
both doing so well, bro? Just sign
top of the
right here.
sales.
Sign right here, sir. No, I'm just kidding.
well, you gotta get both if you're sitting with the husband and wife. 'Cause sometimes you've
I
had
had
that
a deal
issue.
cancel.
You were telling me
I
this.
had a deal cancel because of that.
What, wife thought you were getting a little too...
Oh, no. I'm very professional. Like,
No, why did
very-
the deal cancel, though?
No, but she just didn't like me from the second I stepped in the house.
The husband wanted
That's
a
what I'm
boner.
saying. She thought you were a little too hot for the husband to look
Yeah.
at.
And the husband loved it. Like,
Same,
he
same.
was all about signing.
He
signed
loved it.
Up, like, but it wasn't like I was rushing it either.
He was like, "No
I went
pants
through
on, where do I
everything,
sign?"
You know what I mean? I don't know.
We've
Yeah,
had
it
a fair
happened to me a
share
few
of creepers
times.
though, where like I could kind of
buddy
sense it from the
systems.
so we buddies. I had her come with me to appointments and yeah.
You
So-
called to confirm the appointment. He's like, "You sound hot. Can you
No,
come
it
at
was
9?"
actually yeah.
Hey, 7's no good. Can you come
Let
at
me ask
10?
you
Well,
this.
that from an event
What-
we did.
All right.
So
Oh, the home show?
no, this was the PC.
Before you move on, though, you know that's happened to Corey too, right? Like
I
crazy chick.
there-
Trying to, bro, he started recording himself. He's like, "I need this as evidence.
Oh my
I
God.
just
I saw
want to
that.
leave."
I
And
saw
she's
that
serious. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I
She
saw
was
that
just
video.
like drunk and trying to get him to, bang her.
Oh yeah,
He
it
records
got
himself. He's like,
intense.
"Just so you know, I'm not engaging in any of this."
Recording it for
Yeah.
documentation.
Yeah.
And it was funny.
So how do you guys like? What does somebody say to you, or like where you're like, whoa, this is like a little. You're being creepy. Like
Oh,
this.
straight up, he told Kaylee that we're gonna meet without the wife home in the basement, and that his wife doesn't like solar, but he needs the information from her. Can we still talk if we don't need to talk about solar anymore? Like crazy.
Wow.
What?
Yes.
That's so weird.
That's
There was no
that's yeah.
chill. No chill.
So Hannah came
That
to me
blunt.
that appointment.
System.
You're like, so we were in the basement.
No. So they buddy system. So the
I mean,
dude,
like, it
you
wasn't
really
like
showed
the
him. He's like,
basement, it was a
now there's
walkout.
two of them. Doesn't seem like the right way to penalize the guy.
So how do you
should've
handle
showed
that?
up-
What do you say?
You should
What
have
do you
showed
like,
up with
no,
Jay and I.
don't
Like, hey,
like-
these are guys gonna help you. I'm out.
Yeah, no, I don't know, we buddy systemed it. I always take like the back seat and pretend to be training. So I ask Kaylee like stupid questions on purpose, like, what do you do for this? So it's like a reason for me to be there.
You're like, Kaylee's single.
I'm like, how's your husband, Kaylee?
Yeah.
So it's funny you said that though. That method of like being there training is really helpful towards the sale, because even if I wasn't training anyone, or like if I was shadowing Jay,
Yeah.
even if he was the new guy, I would pretend that I was just kind of sitting in and training from him. Because what it does with the customer, it gives you instant credibility. They think from a standpoint of, wow, I have the best of the company. They're giving me somebody that they allow to train their new people. You know what I mean? It kind of just buys you some
Credibility.
credibility. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool to do that.
Like, do customers like go out of their way to message you, text you? Like, I'm saying, customers that you signed up that are like creepy as fuck or whatever.
No, I haven't.
Jay's like,
I
tell
don't-
me the dirt on the creepiest customer you've ever worked with.
that one that we
Yeah,
were
I'm
just referencing was probably the creepiest.
Yeah, I tried that one that canceled. I tried to save. I was in the office with Laham, and I was like, "Hey, can you maybe try and help me save this one?"
Try to
just don't
seduce
get
the
it
wife for me.
Canceled? No, oh my God, no. And he was like, "Oh yeah, sure. Let me call him right now." Didn't answer. He's I don't know. He didn't answer. So he was like, text him and ask him like when would be a good time to talk. So I said, "Hey, when's a good time to talk?" He responds right away. For what? Laham was
For
like,
what?
"Oh, he is creepy." Like, what
Right
am I
away.
texting you
For
about?
what, bro?
Solar. That's what I responded.
So
Let me ask
So-
you. Oh, go ahead.
what did the wife cite as like her official reasoning though? Like what were her words on why they canceled?
They just said that they had, like a kid, whatever. They said they're going to have some, like
Oh.
upcoming bills but it was ridiculous. It was obvious what it was because they were getting a whole
was
new roof
you.
and solar for $10 cheaper a month than what they were getting.
And you
what
thought
they
it
were
was
paying
just
for
are you
electric.
pretty sure that it's just because she didn't like you?
No,
Oh, she was like
very-
following her around during
Yes.
the site survey, and
Yeah.
What?
like I'm
Yeah.
not leaving you alone with my husband.
Yeah.
You don't think she was
Wow.
just interested in the site survey? Like wanted to know why
No,
was the
we were
husband
looking
following
at the
you?
breaker, like the main panels.
But the husband went with you.
Well, yeah, because it was in the basement, so he was like, oh, the main panel's down here, like, turned on the light. Like, I didn't think he was hitting on me at all. Like, he was friendly, but I wouldn't say overly friendly than, like, anyone else I've been in the home with.
Interesting.
Have you ever used your Have you ever used your
You're like, where you going with this, bro?
I'm
I
saying
know
your
what you're trying
your
to do.
attractiveness
I would.
or whatever. You like to close a deal, to sell a deal, to like
I
being.
I wouldn't say no.
if you
I can't think of a time.
Why
that
have you
I
Why have you never asked me that? I've done that.
what I'm saying is that if you know like somebody is attracted to you, have you ever used that against them?
I wouldn't say against them, but there was one sale that I had that like just went like way too easy, way too smooth, like single man by
Yes,
himself,
yes,
and it
yes.
was just it was that's
God.
honestly what it was. Like, hey, I'm gonna go outside, finish wash my car. Like, call me when you have the documents pulled. Like, it was like that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he just knew he wanted to go solar, and he would just
Well, to tell you the truth, I mean, I think Brandon said it recently. Like, there's two types of people. There's people that just sign. They're yes, yes, yes. They just, and then there's the people that want to fucking dissect everything. And
I've
they're-
read every
it's like no
single
in between.
word of the loan agreement with people.
That's
Every single
crazy.
word, every single word.
I just found out we had a loan agreement.
What's a loan agreement?
Yeah.
This a loan, bro? I thought we were just giving him a discount. What the fuck's going on?
Interesting. It's a different perspective being a female. You're going into like people's homes and, I always, I go into like the hood sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah.
what, you guys at night? Like,
Oh, there's a good story about that. So I had like 2 or 3 appointments in Worcester, and I was just being lazy, and I didn't want to like go by myself. I was like, ugh, I don't know if I want to work today. So my boyfriend, he's a producer. He does everything from his laptop.
Yeah, you were
he doesn't
saying
have an
that.
office or anything. So he was like, hey, like I'll drive, I'll come with you while you're in the appointment. Like I'll just be working on my laptop. Like it's no big deal. I was like, okay, cool. So we like go through the whole day, whatever. We're leaving Worcester at a stoplight, and this homeless guy's, like on the side of the street, whatever, you're in a city. And I just was like being respectful, but, not looking, like just talking to my boyfriend.
sure.
He starts screaming outside of the window and was like seconds away from banging.
Your
on my
boyfriend?
No, the homeless guy.
Yeah.
And was like about
You're
to bang
mad,
on
bro.
my car window, and then the light turned green, and I just like
Bang on your car window?
Yes.
What did your man do? Like,
Oh, he like the light just turned green, so I was
like,
driving
"Go,
at that
go,
point.
go."
I was just like speeding away,
Go, sweetie.
but he was like, I don't know,
about to
yeah,
sign this guy, go.
I was like, I don't know. I felt kind of like good thing he was there. If anything like that ever,
Why?
know.
If he wasn't there, you couldn't have still just drove?
no.
Good thing
yeah,
he was
no,
there.
I mean, but like it
Didn't
makes you
do
feel
anything.
a little uncomfortable. Like you're in,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
in a
sure.
place I don't know. Like it's not like I'm in Providence where I know exactly where to go. Like I'm using my GPS. Like I'm far away.
Right.
Like it is at night. You are in a city.
Yeah.
I'm in my car, it's locked. It's not really a big problem, but it just creeps you out a little.
I mean, I even myself, I'll take out my pinky ring when I'm getting out of the car. I'll hide that in the car. Take out my knot, put it in the car. Because
Yeah.
we're going into
Do
like
you?
the hoods. Of course I do. Yeah.
You don't want people to rob you.
You don't carry a gun?
I don't have my license to carry yet.
Would you carry?
I would. Yeah.
Do you ever get nervous like walking into some of the neighborhoods and
Wish a motherfucker would.
she's
try
like,
to rob
shit,
Yes and
I'm
no,
gangsta,
like,
bitch.
No, you ever know?
you. Spray tan. Shh.
Kind of get. There was that one we went to out in the sticks. Remember, like walking on. It was like spooky,
Yeah.
but not where I was like scared.
No?
Oh, I know what you mean. Like when I was a kid, I used to deliver pizza for this place in like West Greenwich or some shit.
Yeah.
And one of the places they
West
called
Greenwich
me,
is hard.
Dude, I went to this place and it was like the fucking hills have eyes, man. It was the scariest house. Yo, I pulled down the driveway and I'm just like, nah, no. I left, bro. I called the restaurant, like they didn't answer the door. I don't know what to do. Yo, I was not getting out of my fucking
I'll tell you
car
what, I
in
do
that
agree
place,
with you
man.
though. Like I about loving the job. I love meeting new people and like just hearing their like story. You're walking into their life, right? And I love looking like at their home. I'm so judgmental though. I'm just like, oh yeah, like I'm making judgments about them.
Like, you're
they
poor.
don't know it, but yeah,
They're ugly.
like man, you need to clean that shit up over there or whatever.
What do you think is the wildest time you've had with a customer, like walking into a stranger's house?
Oh,
Not the
man.
orgy. You said that one 10 times.
Yeah. No. Honestly, I have like actually several times I've been in a customer's home where eventually we were like belly laughing. We were laughing so hard, drinking.
Yeah, that's good.
Jay, you didn't hear that?
No, bro. Jay will do it too. Like they encourage that shit because it
No.
shows you've made a friend at that point.
Well,
Just
friend
try to get them
and-
to sign shit before they're drunk, though. You don't.
So here's the thing. I
That
walked
could
in.
be a problem.
I actually somebody was shadowing me. I think it was Bob Carlson. I don't know what his name was.
What a salesman's name, huh? Bob Carlson.
Right. It sounds like really salesy. But we go into this customer's
It
home.
sounds like the kind of guy that would introduce
older
himself with
Yes.
his first and last
right?
name always.
So we go into this customer's home, and I know, just from, you read people's body language and what they're trying to do. This guy was like, "Oh, you want a drink?" And I'm like, "Okay, this guy's trying to soften me up because he's going to try to negotiate with me." So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Bob's like, "Nah, I'm good." Anyway, 5 drinks in, right? This guy is like giving me
Jay's like $2.99 a watt, final offer.
every objective in the world. This is probably like 3 hours into the appointment. He finally fucking signs. He says, "All right, you broke me down," and signs.
How many shots deep?
Probably about 5.
Yeah, but now
And
he
like
can just
3
say,
beers.
"Oh, I was drunk." It doesn't count.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
what he
we
did?
were. Well, I wasn't drunk. He was. He was trying to get me drunk, like to soften me up.
tried
But
to
little
outdrink me,
did he
died.
know.
Little
So
did he
that-
know, I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah. There was
Picked
recently.
up his hand and signed for him.
Recently, I was at
So just tilt this to your face.
at a home where 2 sisters own the home, and one of the sisters, the one that booked the appointment, was wearing it looked like it was a skirt, but it was like a doily see-through skirt, and she wasn't wearing underwear.
Oh God.
Legit. So, and
Oh no.
now, in all honesty, like I think she wasn't all there because she was literally sitting in the chair across from me doing the Basic Instinct thing, but she put her leg up onto the armrest of the chair. So I,
So you're just
I'm
sitting there
Signed
staring
Yes.
at some
Yes.
at some minge while
This
you're
is-
trying to
He
work.
was like, oh no, I need
so this is what I'm thinking about.
Jay's
I'm-
like,
in
let
my
me tell
mind,
you about the regrowth program.
no, but okay, so hold on. So we're talking about like a 50-year-old lady, whatever.
Oh, nice.
Immediately, nice. Hey, way to go, bro.
How is that
Wait,
working,
she's
by
that
the way?
old?
That
Yeah.
contraption.
This
Is it
wasn't
pouring
like a,
nice?
Usually,
younger.
I think when you open them, you're supposed to put like a slit on either end. But
Is that not what we did? My
That's what she did, yeah.
My mom
did
did
she?
that for
Oh
us.
yeah, good. She did.
No, she did. We didn't know what we were doing. We're looking at this can opener.
Good job,
Like,
Mom.
I don't want to take the whole lid off. Jay's like, can you poke a triangle in it? My mom's like, the fuck, what am I going to do? I don't have a triangle knife.
No, it's on the beer opener things, the other side of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, going back to this
that's
old ass.
what that
Hold on,
is,
I want to just finish my
Yeah,
old
yeah,
ass
yeah.
vagina story.
Oh, looked like a raisin.
Yes. Anyway, so I don't think she was all there. Whatever. I'm talking to Chris on the phone. He's doing the ownership thing. The sisters that own the home start getting into an argument. Whatever. Da 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 da. I didn't end up closing that deal. Whatever. But that was probably the wildest. Like
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I was thinking I was on Pornhub. I'm serious. I'm like, is there like cameras hidden? Like she's doing this on purpose. It's not,
Doesn't seem natural.
Chris
yeah.
comes
I
from
wanna-
the ownership line driving in, saving you. Goes up to the house.
He's like,
Chris
I'm
is
here
like,
to help. Where do I put my pants?
Chris is like, bro, you in like in the middle of a domestic because they're arguing. The sisters are going back and forth, and there's vagina everywhere, and I'm just like, I don't know, just flap
flap
at it.
Start looking away.
Oh, what was that?
But that was the wildest. Yeah,
I went into a house. It was right on like the Cranston. I don't know if it's a line of Cranston Province, but it was kind of in the hood. But like in the hood, on these shitty houses where they like just throw some new vinyl siding on like all the houses so they look nice outside. But I show up and I'm like, all right, nice house, bro. This chick answers the door, and whatever. We all have our different cultures. I grew up in the hood. I get it. She was super hood. Like fucking beer bottle with the brown
bag
bag
on
still
it?
on it, bro. Hey. The shortest
bitch?
shorts you could ever. I felt guilty walking in. I called my girl. I was like, hey, I just need you to know nothing's happening.
love you.
I love you. That, bro, and just a pink 9 tucked into the hip.
Stop.
With a sports bra. And I was like, where am I right now? I'm just here for soul. She's like, I don't know. You came a little late. You're by yourself. What's going on? I'm like,
what's good?
yeah, bro, basically, bro. Yo, there's 9 kids running around the house. I'm like, what the fuck am I in, bro? When this lady failed credit, I was so afraid to tell her. I was like, hey, this is loading for a little bit. I don't know what's going on. I have my hotspot in the car. Let me just go grab it. It might be quicker. And I just left, dude.
Wow.
No, you didn't.
Bro, she would have shot me. She would have shot me if I told her she didn't qualify. But yeah,
God.
that was a nerve-wracking
Their
one.
pink gun.
I think that's
Straight up pink 9, bro. Right there. On the hip. I'm like,
That's
what
the
do you...
glory of in-home sales.
I was like, what did you think was going to happen here? She's like, I don't know. But you ain't shooting me. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm just talking to you about solar.
Man, there's so many like different personalities, different cultures. I feel like every single appointment I learn something new about something, no matter what it is. Like I just love hearing people's stories.
Same.
Yeah.
You ever get like really pissed off at a customer?
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, like when they're purposely trying to bullshit you, and you know they are. They're not interested in solar. They're just trying to prove
you
that
they're
they're
smarter.
smarter,
Yeah.
or I don't know. They want to flex on you for whatever
Well,
reason.
I read that the fucking ions in these batteries take 17 years
Yeah.
to dissolve. You're like, all right, bro, what the fuck do you need me for then? You buying them or not?
Well, so I went.
You know
Recently,
more
I
about
went
these
to-
panels than I do.
Recently, I went to a home where the guy was drunk, right? And he wasn't interested in solar. He was more interested in proving how much he knew more than me.
Yeah.
And eventually, I just said to him, like, listen, Jimmy, why am I here? Why'd you call me down here?
Yeah.
And he goes, honestly, I don't know. And I'm like, all right, have a good day. And I just left.
Bye.
Yeah. You're drunk and you're being a retard. Yeah, I'm not here to fucking, I'm not a clown.
We don't say that word.
What word? Clown?
Drunk. We don't say that word.
How do you feel about that word, retard? That's not accepted anymore.
No.
I'm cool with it.
My mom gets very offended.
Yeah, I get caught too much.
I'm cool with it, bro. I
She
got
teaches special
I got
needs,
retarded
so.
family members.
Oh,
Yeah, just
Oh my God.
yeah.
no. I mean, they're cool. Hey, we work with some too. You know what I mean? Like one of the guys we work with, he's up there too. He's like
At
dyslexic.
Smart Green?
Yeah, and like for the longest time, he worked with me. And one day I talked to him, bro, and I'm just like, hey, I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm like, how come every time you write me an email or you give me
Who's
like
the
a
closet
report,
retard at
like,
Smart Green?
I'm like every week your report is just like weird to read. He goes, all right, dude, I never told you this, but
I'm retarded.
No, he's like, I'm dyslexic, and I'm like, dude, if I would have known you were retarded, I would have never busted your balls. My bad. And then we were cool from there on out.
You said it's bad.
What's
I
up?
wouldn't consider dyslexia. First of all, whenever I say that word, I don't say it in regards to anyone who actually has, a
Or
learning
retardation?
disability or like something, anything like that.
I don't say it
I'll
to actual
to,
retards.
Like, my friend or my boyfriend, like, why you acting like that?
Right.
But I would never say that to someone who like
Is
had
Say
like
it.
special
Say
needs
it.
or disabilities or something like that.
Well, of course you're not going to say it to them.
No, or
Well, I
about
said it- no,
them
I said it to
either.
him.
No, or
Yes,
about
I said
them.
it to him. Yeah.
No. I always like say, I almost wanted to be an ABA therapist. They work with kids with autism,
Sure.
and like I
Got-
would never like.
my brother's
they just
autistic.
They're not even in the same category in my head. Like someone who has like a learning disability, special needs, something like that, and me using that word to like fuss with my friends is like two totally separate things. Like I never even consider those two in the same category.
it's kind of like gay.
Gay or
if I
faggot.
if I call somebody gay, I'm not saying, hey, you like penis. I'm like, that's just gay.
Right.
It's just gay.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I can't use the word gay, you got to give me another word to describe gay shit. You know?
Is that, yeah, you're right.
Because like
What
nobody
other word
says,
can you use?
none of us guys when we're talking to each other like, bro, quit being a fag. Nobody's making fun of homosexuals when we say that.
Right.
It's just like,
It's more like being a
gay.
bitch.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
quit being gay.
No, but you.
Are you
gotta-
telling me-
gotta-
talking to me?
gotta watch about that.
Nowadays,
Sometimes you act
people
like
take
that.
offense.
Like when I was in high school, we took the pledge to end the R word. That was like a whole campaign.
Wait, what do you mean?
What's the
What?
R word?
Retarded.
What do you mean you
Oh
took
my
the
god!
pledge?
How can you say that? I would never say that to some. I was joking when I said it earlier. You're
A
out
pledge?
Here just
You're like,
No, but you actually had to write
I
it
promise
in
I
it.
won't-
No. Can I hear the pledge? I gotta hear it.
No, I don't
Say
remember
the
what
pledge.
it was word
Wow.
word for word.
So
but,
you didn't
like,
really believe in it, is what you're saying?
No, I signed it, but
Said, hey, I pledge.
to give him
Yeah, today,
not be retarded
Perfect
at all.
connection on every call.
How do you feel about the word retard? So I know that
I get it because my mom's a special needs teacher.
Yeah.
She takes highly offense of it. Like if we say it, my neighbor said
Do you
it
say
one
it?
day. I typically don't. I don't know. Just
Right.
maybe it's the way.
She's like, I'm just not a piece of shit. I
No,
don't say
no.
that.
But my mom heard somebody say it once. Like the neighbor, like she anonymously sent them like a letter, like why you shouldn't use the R word.
Yo,
the
do me a
R word
favor,
letter.
bro. Look up the definition.
retard.
please. No, seriously. Look up the definition of retard. Like, what does it mean, and why did it become such a negative thing? Because like, from my understanding as a kid,
Well, it's like you don't walk around calling, people of color what you used to
Oh,
call
boy.
them. No,
What-
I'm
she's
saying
like
it's
what
the
you
same
used to
kind
call
of-
them.
It's the same kind of principle.
What?
it's
Like-
different because if you
No,
use
no,
the
no.
ER
Look,
versus the A,
no,
Yeah, I get in rap songs there's like a difference. and
No.
everything
But
like
well,
that.
that's a made-up slur. This is an actual word that's in our language. You know what I mean? It's not a curse word. The action of delaying or slowing someone's process of progress. I'm retarded.
Yeah, you can't read.
The progress
Hey,
of
look up
development of
illiterate.
something. But so like when you talk about like like slow in learning or these mental issues, that to me seems like it sums it up. When did it become derogatory to just explain what you're dealing with?
Well, you know what? Any word that you use to make fun of somebody, no matter what it is,
Yeah, well,
becomes
'cause I was gonna
derogatory.
say, I
Whether it be
think
fat,
that, yeah.
black, retarded,
So it's
faggot.
how you say it. It's how
Yeah,
you
it's
say
all
it.
Because
context.
if you're gonna call your friend that word and make fun of them, like you can't use that as like, I don't know, lack of a better word, like a classification or like a diagnosis to someone who actually has special needs. Like, I think that's why they're trying to move away from that word. Because they don't even call people with special needs that.
What? Retards?
Yeah. Although, you want to know what I think is weird?
Mental retardation. What the fuck?
Why is that funny to you?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. The picture's killing me. I'm gonna be honest. George,
George.
Don't, George, take this off the screen.
I know, change it, guy. Come on,
terrible,
man.
bro.
I'm drinking. I can't
I'm
can't
not
look at
supposed to be
that.
looking at Yo, you
Oh my
gotta go down, bro.
Yo, you can't you can't put that up there while I'm drinking and
Fuck, bro, this is terrible.
I'm going to hell. I'm going. I feel fucking
Yo.
guilty. I don't know.
So bad, bro. My eyes went to the right, bro, and I immediately knew. Oh my.
We're all getting letters.
No, all jokes aside, though. All jokes aside, I get it because there's ways you can use words when they're not offensive at all. Like if I just said, "Hey, you're a woman," that's just a fact.
Yep.
But if Jay's doing some irrational shit and I'm like, "Bro, you're acting like a woman," now that same word is offensive.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So,
Absolutely. I think everything.
so what
depends
if I
on
was just
context,
explaining?
you
I was
know?
like, "Oh, I'm working with somebody and they're a little retarded, but we still give them the job." Like there's no ill. There's
no ill will,
there.
yeah.
You're just
No, I
explaining.
would say if you're trying to be nice to them, you would be like, oh, they're they maybe have like they're a little slow, they have some special needs.
To me, that sounds more offensive. Calling somebody a
Really?
little slow.
I think that's more offensive too.
Yeah.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Like if
Saying
you're
they're
describing
slow?
me and if you're like, "Yo, Josh is kind of fat," I could live with that. But if you're like, "He's husky," I'd be like, "Bro, that's offensive now." Because now you're saying I'm fat and I'm a pussy about it. You know what I mean? Like I can't take it.
He's like he's salsa. He's medium chunky.
It's like a hot dog. He's thick and greasy. I'm dead. How did we even get here, bro?
I don't know. We were talking about retards, and then
Oh God, bro.
see the way I said it. That's actually not good. That's
Yeah.
the way I
No,
said it.
this is terrible,
And
yeah.
I don't mean it like
99% of what I said was a joke. I do know somebody that's dyslexic though. That was the only truth to that story.
I mean, it's like the word faggot too. You don't nobody says that anymore. But when I was a kid, you would literally.
Yeah, me and my
call
boys would
somebody
call
a
each
faggot.
other that all the time. All the time, bro. Like, quit being a fag. Calm down, fag. But man,
Times
we
have
grow,
changed.
we evolve. I don't even know if it's like a bad things that they're changing. It's like we just evolve. Put it this way: I almost feel like, do I think it's kind of corny that we don't say certain words because they offend people? Yeah, but the word is not like so important to me that if it stops hurting people, like I can just not say it. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what?
I know I
appreciate your
die,
sentiment. I really
could
do.
die on the hill like you're not censoring me or whatever.
Right.
And you're not, because ultimately, if I still want to say it, I'm going to. Like you're not going to censor me. But it was kind of like the mask thing when we all wore masks.
Yeah.
Did I want to wear a mask? No. If I can make 400 people around me feel a little better by wearing a mask in the store, sure.
I have a problem with the fact that, I don't know. It just feels like the whole country's like going kind of sensitive. Like we're talking about words. You know what I'm saying? Like if I call you retard, you're not going to get offended because you understand my context, right? And we're friends. Even the N-word that you brought up, like there's like a big
There's a
fucking,
difference, though. There's a big difference there. You know how I'm going to show you why there's a big difference.
Show me.
You said the word retard. You described the N-word. Like even you know that at somewhere those words are not the same.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The principle's the same, though. Well, I guess because I'm just talking about words, right? And I understand the sensitivity, and the N-word is more sensitive than retard
Well,
right
I
now.
only brought it up is that because that's exactly you just said right now. Like I think the whole movement to stop saying the N-word came before don't say the R word.
Yeah.
So I feel like
way
saying
before.
that is gonna almost turn into the same thing.
Yeah.
Where like we're just gonna move past that. But I think think, like I agree. Like we say the N word's way more sensitive just because we've known it's been not right to say that for longer
Well,
than
it's
we
like
have
rooted
known.
in a derogatory term.
But
You know what I
think
mean? It was
people
never
feel the
really.
same way about the R word. We just haven't heard how bad it is enough
I think that
to move
evolved
that
though.
way.
That evolved, and we put a negative spin on it. You know what I mean? Like the word. I'm sure at some point when the word was ever invented, it was just how you describe something.
Yeah.
Like it has an actual definition. It was just slow. You know, the N word doesn't have a formal definition other than being a slur to dehumanize black people. You know what I mean?
No, I don't disagree. I'm just saying back then, people thought that was a word with a definition.
What, the N word? Like
Yeah.
nigger? Yeah, they'd be saying that but they would only be saying that to dehumanize a black person. So like the history of that word was never neutral. Where like
Oh,
retard
yeah,
was just
yeah.
like
I see what you're
explaining
saying
a
now,
medical
yeah.
condition at some point.
No, I see
You know?
what you're
Because
saying.
bro, at this rate that we're going, honestly, like it's gonna be
I
you're
like
not
that
gonna be
explanation.
yeah, like
Yeah.
there's gonna
like
be
a
the same
medical,
connotation with the word fat in 20 years. It's
Right.
gonna be so hurtful to so many people, you'll be like, hey, you can't say that anymore. You have to say
Yeah, and I would love to see the
Large.
country get to the point where anybody can say anything, and it's not, it's not a big deal.
well,
Like,
I don't know if
I don't think I'll ever see that, but
no, it's not realistic to say that.
Yeah.
It's not that you should be able to say anything without people getting offended. People have the right to be offended. You know, like, but you just got to deal with it. I think, you know, like you shouldn't stop.
Yeah, you have
people
the right
from
to be
saying
offended,
anything.
of course.
But also, if you're gonna go and say those words, like, you have the right to get punched in the face. Like, you have to be okay with the consequences of offending people to an extent.
no, come on, you can't,
course, bro.
you can't result to violence over words.
Yo, I saw you threaten to kill somebody because he called you a bitch.
Well, that's different.
Why?
Well, because I'm sensitive and I got triggered.
You know what I'm saying? But that's all I'm saying, man. It's like, hey,
But the
you
reality
shouldn't go
is-
around calling people a bitch, but you have to be okay to deal with whatever consequence. If you want the right to say whatever you want,
Yeah.
it doesn't free you from the consequences of
Yeah.
saying that shit.
But I'm in the wrong. He's being verbal, right? He's
Yeah.
just talking. I'm the one that's taking it to a new level, being physical.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have done that.
you're both taking a risk in my eyes. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm
I
saying?
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I'm not even saying it's okay that he hits you. I'm just saying you're gambling those dice. You know, because if you know,
I don't think it's wise. Like I'm not gonna go through Harlem
No, it's
going,
like
"Oh,
the
nigga,
old
nigga,
saying,
nigga."
like when you poke the badger, like
Right.
that's a
Yeah.
saying. Poke the
Yeah,
badger,
my
poke the
mom always
bear.
says it.
Poke the lion.
No, my mom.
Honey
maybe
badger?
Yeah, maybe
Hey.
she said it wrong. But no, she
No,
always said
actually,
it
there's
when-
wisdom in what you just said because the honey badger is the meanest motherfucking
Yep.
animal in the world.
That's why my mom would always say it, like between me and my sister, like, "Oh, you're poking the badger."
Like, the honey
how
badger's
many
not a
times you
bitch.
gonna poke her until you're like play victim. Oh,
What were you
thinking
doing?
back
Like
at
just
me.
aggravating your sister and shit?
No, it was usually Hallie would say something to me.
Hallie is your sister's name? Hallie and Haley?
No, my name's Hannah.
Hannah. Whoops.
Salud! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Hallie.
To be fair, at least I remembered it was an age. Like, this is the first time we met. I remembered it was an age.
What's her name?
Kaylee.
Yeah.
That's why. That's really what fucked me up.
The
Kaylee.
Lee.
That sounds
Yeah.
like an Irish
No,
name.
it's the
You
exact same
Irish?
thing, just with a
Part
different
Irish,
letter.
yes.
Oh, nice.
Portuguese, Italian, and Irish.
Oh wait, hold on. Your last name's Murphy.
That's the Irish
right,
part.
Oh, Murphy.
Yeah.
Irish.
You're a little quiet over there.
Just that topic. I don't know. Didn't want to
Get involved
get my mom all mad at me.
Oh, no. You listen. Just because we talk about it and feel one way doesn't mean we're trying to coerce you to feel the same way that we
Absolutely.
do about it. We're just chatting. You have every right to be like, if you think that word is terrible and you don't want to say it or think people should say it, I respect you for that opinion. It is what it
I
is.
concur.
Kaylee sending everyone
Oh,
the
word.
letters.
Kaylee is not going to help us share this episode. I'll tell you that right now.
My mom was
Let me
asking.
out.
She's like, "Oh, what's the name of it?"
You're like, actually, it's canceled. It's not even anymore.
Hey, to tell you the truth, I mean, like this is a social podcast, right? We don't necessarily have topics and stuff like that. We just let it roll off the tongue. It's very genuine and honest. Nothing's edited, so I don't want anybody in your family
no,
who
no,
views
no.
this to get offended or anything like
No,
that.
not
We
at
don't
all.
My
fuck
family
up,
on my
bro.
own.
Yeah,
I don't need
well,
a podcast. So.
Yeah, we're not out here trying to poke the badger and shit.
poke the badger. That's the first time I heard.
Yeah, you're gonna start using it.
I'm never going to use that. No. I've heard of poke the bear. I think your mom twisted the words up, to
Maybe
be
she
honest with you.
did.
Or the lion, right?
I've never heard of poke the lion.
My aunt makes fun of her actually for
Lion.
like saying sayings wrong all the time. I
Your
can't
mom?
think of one off the top of my head, but she says sayings wrong all the time and just sticks with it because she's like angry in the moment. So she'll just like pretend like she didn't say anything wrong.
So she doubles down on it
Yeah.
forever.
I've done that in front of people.
No use crying
like,
over
totally
spilled tacos. What
Yeah.
the fuck are you talking
mixed sayings. When I was in the service, you know, we're in the
Oh, you were in
desert.
the service?
Yeah.
Desert Storm?
No, that was like in the early 90s.
Yeah,
but
bro, how old do you think this dude is? You in Korea?
I was in Enduring Freedom.
Wait, hold on.
My mom was in the service, but she joined when she was 17. Like, she had to sign in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She was in Desert Storm.
What branch was she in? What?
The Army.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so your mom's a
Yeah.
real soldier. I
So,
like that.
Yeah.
in any case, just to make a
She's
long
fine.
story short, I was trying to say, you know how like when you say you really work hard, you're busting your ass.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking about working out.
Yeah.
So like I was saying to the guys, we just did a 16-hour shift. We're in Kuwait. We're driving home. It's about a 2-hour ride home. I'm tired as fuck. I'm like, man, I can't wait to go to the gym and work my ass out. Like I was saying, it's like bust your ass, work your ass off.
Yeah.
And I was like, work my ass out. And they all just like looked at me, and I'm like, that's not what I meant at all.
trying to
They're like,
stretch
you're
my
gay as
sphincter, bro.
fuck. You want to work your ass out? What the fuck? But I do it all the time. I fucking
Work your ass out?
Yeah, work my ass out. Yeah.
How long were you in the Army?
Air Force. I was in only 4.5 years, but it was probably the most interesting 4.5 years of my life so far. Yeah, most
Yeah.
eventful.
That just going through that process of being in the military, man, it's
He was in the
it's
service,
hard
too.
it's hard
Me
to
too,
explain. Yeah, it's just hard to explain to someone that hasn't gone through it. You know what I mean? It's like specifically boot camp to me, because that's when it's like the initial. You're just living a normal life one day,
Yeah, and then it's chaos.
and then the next day it's entirely different from anything you've ever known.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, they told us, they were like, we're going to do to you what your parents couldn't do to you in 18 years. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Bro, it's like, think about it. Like, you live every day of your life right now. How do you wake up in the morning? Alarm clock, or maybe just the sunlight? And I'll never forget the first day, it's just like fucking someone screaming at you 4:30 in the morning. Like, bro, you don't have any time. Like, you need to be out of your
now.
bed. It's right now. Like, there is no like 1 more minute. There's no snooze button. It's
Yeah,
just
right.
up, shower, shave. You got 10 minutes to be outside in the cold. I'm like, what the fuck? Immediately regretted it.
I'll tell you one huge thing that
Immediately.
yeah.
I was gonna
This is
say,
such a
my
bad
mom
idea,
always
bro.
Loved it. She
Such a
wanted
bad
me
idea.
to join. My family was.
Well, once
my
you get
aunt,
through
my
that, it's easy.
grandpa, my mom, they were all in the service.
Military family.
Yeah, she wanted me to join, and I was like, I don't think it's
Not about that life?
for it. I
Here's
think
the
I
thing.
could do it.
You could.
But
Everybody
I think
can.
It would, yeah, that's what she always says. You know, like, I think I could do it, but do I want to do it? No. I mean, the main reason she went in is because she, you know, needed to pay for college.
Right.
That's common.
that's the main reason,
That's why
yeah.
I went.
So, yeah, and I mean,
Trying to get that money, bro.
I don't know.
That's it.
I didn't feel like going through boot camp, doing all that stuff. She loved it, though, and I think it's helped her, like, even being out of the service for so long, like, it's always mentioned on job interviews, you know, like, you
Sure.
find people who are in the service, you know, she was almost in the FBI.
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, she got accepted in, but she was going through a divorce with my dad, and they, when you're in, like, certain sectors of the FBI, you can't live where you grew up or where your family is now, just for, like, privacy or security reasons. So she was like, you know, they told her she had to move somewhere, you know, they could choose wherever, but then,
She wasn't about that. That's
well,
wild.
she would have had to have my dad move with her or take me or, like,
Sure.
it just got kind of complicated, and so, yeah.
That's sick.
She jokes that she's, like, blacklisted with the FBI because she had to decline the offer, but...
I'll tell you what, one thing that I took out of the service, which is it's more psychological, and I find it actually amazing. You know, the military really surfaces what you can actually do, right? Past what you think you can do.
Yeah.
So, like, when I first went into boot camp, or we call it basic training in the Air Force, right? You know, you're doing push-ups and sit-ups, and there's only so many that you think you can do until you're tired. And normally, outside of that scenario, you would stop and rest.
Right.
So at first, we're all like tired, you know, we're doing as many as they say, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Towards the end of boot camp, like when you're about to graduate, you know, now we're singing songs while we're doing it. At first, we were tired, you know, towards the end. Yeah, okay, we're at like, you know, doing 50 sit-ups. Now you're going past 50, you're at like 70, and you're singing the Air Force song doing it. And you're like, what the fuck? You're like, man, I never knew I could do these things, but they push you. It's amazing what you can do with the right motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
agree.
you get taught like mind over matter is a real thing. It's not just
Oh,
a
it's
phrase.
a real thing.
You know?
Yes.
Just even like, never mind the physical aspect, but if somebody's going to tell you, hey, I'm going to remove you from, you have a kid, right? You have kids?
Yep.
You know, I'm going to remove you from your son or your daughter for the next 6 months. You're not going to talk to them at all. You're not going to watch any TV. You're not going to hear any music. You'd be like, I'll never survive that. Like, I can't do that. But you can, you know what I mean? Like when you said, oh, I can't do it. It's like everybody can.
Yes.
It's just, you know, it's a lot like going on a roller coaster. You know, like once you're buckled in and you're going up, you can't turn back.
Yeah.
So it's like going to boot camp for people that are on the fence or basic training. You know, it's the best thing because once you're there, you don't have a choice. You can't just decide you want to go home.
And you know what?
You
It's
know?
it's a lot easier when everybody around you is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's not like you're the only one doing it. Everybody's suffering with you. So
I don't know if that was the case for me.
Yeah.
It was just like once you come to the realization of you have no choice, you just do it. You know what I mean? Like what else can you do? There's no option.
I'll
And
tell
they
you.
send you home too if they break you. Like if you can't handle boot camp. Don't
Well,
you
I
get,
mean,
like, booted?
no.
At
well,
what
here's
point
the thing.
though do they do that?
Here, you know what your goal is at basic training? Your only goal is to finish. Because you know that this is 6 months of absurd chaos, but there's going to be a sense of normalcy, you know, when you can sleep past 5 a.m. or you can eat
Right.
a normal meal. Like you can have some sort of privacy. You know it's only 6 months. The thing is, if they break you and you decide you really want to quit, that 6 months turns into a year and a half. Now you're not going home. They're just going to hold you over and hold you over and hold you over until forever. I don't know, man.
And if you can consider, I don't mean to interject here, but so the big picture is finish the mission, right? No matter if you're tired, no matter if you're hungry, finish the mission. So and that's really what they're looking for. It's not necessarily, so it's kind of like the Navy SEALs, right? They're special ops. They're like these, anomalies when it comes to
They're
human.
like they're like exceptional among exceptional people, bro.
Yes,
Like, it's crazy.
It's way past. So they, it's one thing to do something, a task, whatever it may be. It's a whole nother thing to do that task when you're deprived of food,
sleep,
and
love.
sleep. Like try to concentrate when you haven't slept in
Tired
3
and
days.
hungry, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like think of something simple. Try to sell a deal when you haven't slept in 1 day. You go 24 hours not sleeping.
Even
Go try to
simpler
sell
than
a
that.
deal. It's like
The
that's a
worst-
whole different story. But you have to finish the mission.
The craziest hallucinations, right, that I've ever had was from not sleeping for like 2 days. I was playing poker 2 days straight, bro.
Yeah.
And then when I went to drive home, when I tell you, I stopped and slowed down because there was a woman in a carriage like walking in front of me, and I'm like, bro, I don't have room to go around her, and she's going so slow, so I'm just like stopped and rolling.
Yeah.
And it finally dawned on me that I was just looking at a fire hydrant. And I was on no drugs, like I wasn't drunk, I just hadn't slept in 2 days.
Isn't that weird how
Bro,
our body
it-
works that way?
I
Like-
actually had to call my girl and make her stay on the phone with me until I got home. I'm like, yo, you don't understand. Like every 2 seconds, I'm seeing something that isn't there because I haven't slept in 2 days. It was so scary.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Sleep is important.
Yes.
You ever thought about going in the military?
Never.
Never.
Any family members in the military? Like,
My grandfather was chief of police. Was in the FBI academy, and
nice.
yeah,
Chief of
he's
police
retired
where?
now.
Locally or not?
Barrington.
Oh.
Should you have like a free pass, like no matter where you go? Kind
In
of thing?
Barrington? Yeah, bro. Don't be.
You know,
of course.
you want to pull that card when you really have to. But I don't get in trouble too much.
You there was a
Feeling's
chief.
goodie.
There was a
That's
chief
good.
of
She
police.
has-
You actually sat with a customer the other day. I don't know if he was the same guy, but when I went to college, I went for law enforcement.
Yeah.
And the dude's name was, I want to say Joe Moran. You sat with a Joe Moran the other day, no?
Jimmy Moran, James
Jim
Moran.
Moran.
Joe
James
Moran.
Moran.
It was Joe Solar.
Oh no, it was not.
What? Threw me off. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
yeah,
What would you say?
Fucking
I just
Moretti,
love it.
bro.
yeah. It's actually he lives
James Moran. Oh,
James
so it
Moran,
wasn't him.
right? No, he's actually a custodian in a school.
Same thing.
Little-
Basically
little
the same shit. What a shit job, huh? Just cleaning up puke for all these little fucking nasty kids, dude. I remember too, bro. Like fucking, they'd throw that pink
They were always
salt
the
in it.
nicest ones, though.
What's that? What do you
In
mean?
the school.
You
I
talked to
always
the
thought in my
janitors?
school system, like, it was the crossing guards,
Where'd
the
you go
bus
to school?
drivers, Seekonk. Well, I lived in East Providence, and then I moved to Seekonk.
Sure.
But, like, the bus drivers, the crossing guards, lunch ladies, custodians, like, all of them, they were always the nicest, happiest, like, sweetest people.
Hmm.
You know, like, you have good and bad teachers, too, but I feel like when you get older and you think about it, like, yeah, like, is it the best job? Do you get paid a lot? No, like, I don't know. But they're always, like, happy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I always thought that, looking back on it, like, as you get
I think people
jobs.
that take those jobs
You're
like
like
kids.
looking
and,
back
you know,
on it.
everyone-
It's 2
I
years
know.
ago.
No. It's not like my boyfriend, no.
Looking back on it. Back in the day, like, all right, bro, chill out. It was like during COVID. Now, when did you graduate? 19, 18?
19,
Yeah.
Jesus.
What year did you graduate?
At least you missed COVID, though. That must have been a shitty time for a senior.
04.
When did you
Damn.
graduate?
04.
Yeah, Josh was 09.
I'm 97. When did you graduate?
I didn't graduate, bro, but I would have graduated in 2007.
2007. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a whole different age. I'm the old
Right.
motherfucker. In
Oh,
this.
but you're always old, motherfucker.
I guess so.
Yeah. Nah,
I
I,
get these jokes made at me all the time.
it's because you hang out with older people.
Well, my boyfriend's 10 years older than me.
How does that work? Everything's cool?
How
I mean-
does it work? How does it work? Like, bro, he doesn't have a
Well,
walker.
no, hold
like,
on.
he's still
No,
just
the
a
reason
regular
why
dude. She's like, oh, when we're ready for Nookie, I take him out of his wheelchair and I get him undressed.
Met him at the hospital.
like I wipe his ass for him. No,
How does that work?
The reason why I'm asking is because the last girl I dated was 23, and
Oh, yeah. How old are you? Wait.
I'm 43.
Okay, yeah.
I quickly found out that all right, we don't have much in common. Like
No, you're young.
yeah, like there's just too much. We can't even sit down and have a conversation because where her mind is at is totally different than where mine is. Obviously, so when there's a huge age gap like that, are you guys okay? Are you guys
We're
yeah, I know. Not to get all personal. I'm not trying to pry. I'm just
No.
Well, I mean, we're just talking. It's
I
fine.
love talking about how we met, the story of how we met. But like, as far as like us day to day,
Hopefully, it wasn't at a bar.
it was on a boat.
Oh.
No, it wasn't at a bar.
you were telling me the story.
I
Yeah.
love
Was
the
it a
story.
cruise?
I'll tell you the story. No, it wasn't on a cruise. It was
Something fishy
Have
going
you ever
on.
heard of Aquapalooza?
Yeah, don't you have to be 21 to do that?
No. There's no. What are you scanning your ID to get on the boat?
Isn't there
Just
a lot
sit in
of
the water.
Wait,
You gotta
isn't
be
there a lot of
21.
Isn't there a lot of booze at Aquapalooza?
Yeah, it's like
Is everybody
Cancun, but just in
drinking?
Warwick or like.
Yeah.
How long you guys been together?
You ever
Since,
seen
like,
Girls
July.
Gone Wild?
Oh, so
Hannah's on
recently.
there.
So you were already 21 anyway.
No, I was. I was already 21, but it's this whole like.
Is that off of Prudence Island?
Yeah, it's just like a big block party with boats. It's like-
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was on my friend's boat. We had like fucking like 20 jet skis on the back of the boat. It was
Yeah.
huge. So I was just like going off on a jet ski, riding around, like seeing everyone else's boats, and there was this huge like 3-story yacht that had a DJ set up on the second
She's
floor.
like, hey, he owned that yacht. Like, okay,
no,
I
no,
get
no.
it.
He
I
didn't
get
know
it.
what the yacht. He didn't know what the yacht. But I was like, said to my friend, that's where we're going. That's where we're going. So I pull up, and
Your
everybody
life is so
already
dope
drove.
being a chick, huh?
I know, right?
Like,
you
we
just
could just
decide
get
to-
away with that.
Imagine if
We're
you
all
and I did that.
You're like, yo,
hey,
you're like,
hey,
yo.
Josh, you want to go on that yacht?
Hey, like,
You're
yo,
You want to pull out?
let's go on that yacht real quick. Let's pull up and just.
swim over to that yacht.
Oh, what a different life we live.
So
Jay gets hit by like the pirate defense. Like,
Yes.
Fire
yeah,
extinguisher.
The hose, the fire hose, bro. The Captain
Old
Phillips
fat
here
motherfucker coming onto my yacht.
Coming, you fucking crawl up the ladder, y'all out of breath and shit.
that Tom Hanks movie.
Captain Phillips.
Yes.
Where they fart. No, but so I pulled up to the boat. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Hey. No, it's not, and I do my like I do everywhere, bars, restaurants. I do my scan. I do my scan of the boat, see what we got there for options.
For option, what kind of options? What are you talking about?
Like you're picking someone out in the grocery store.
Like Kaylee's going up and down the aisles.
Is that what you do when you go shopping? You're like double shopping. She's like, I need some peppers and a new man.
Is that what you do? You do that?
No, well, I don't get out much since I've had my son. He's gonna be 2 in April. But it was so funny. The other day I was food shopping, and I walked by a guy. I'm like, oh,
He's potential.
smell really good. No, he smelled good. Like the smell just caught my attention. I'm like,
Turns out you were just walking by the deli.
Yeah, it was just meat.
It's bologna. So what's up?
Finish
Did you
your story.
talk
Oh,
to
yeah,
him?
I know.
So
You did your scan.
I did my scan, and there was I went up to the second floor with the DJ. Everyone's up there dancing. So I see my boyfriend now, and I go up to him. I'm clearly a very outgoing person. I said, 'cause like not to
She's about to justify something really stupid. Go ahead.
No. Not to, but like, not a lot of guys, especially white guys, have rhythm,
Well, yeah, true.
right? Like,
This bitch, what?
no. There are white guys who have rhythm.
George,
She's like,
show a
crack
little
his
boogie
can
right now.
jump.
No, stop
Hey,
it.
bring up a white guy fucking dancing. Seriously.
No, if you Google white guy dancing, like,
Yeah,
it
like,
won't look good.
Throw some shit up there.
I can't wait for this.
Oh my god,
No, wait.
that is blasphemy.
So,
Go ahead, keep talking. Yeah, keep talking. Go ahead.
All right.
My
So
mom's
I
side
go
of the
up to
family is
him.
offended.
Stop. I go up to him. I'm talking about like just white guys. Like he looks like a Vineyard Vines ass. Like I make fun of him for that. He'll watch it later.
He looks
and
like
he'll be
George.
See? White
Yo,
people
you
dance.
don't
Why-
think
Hey,
that's
bro,
rhythm?
guy.
Look right.
That is rhythm.
Why you gotta show like
The
why can't you show
whitest
like
of
I
whites?
know, right? Like
That was my point. Like white guys.
George
who look
looked
like,
up the whitest white
like coming out of the
dancer.
country club.
Flying on the planet.
Wow,
How about
are you
white
not
guys
what
that
is your-
can
what is your
dance?
nationality?
how about white guys
I'm
that can
Italian,
dance?
I-
Throw that
Oh,
up there.
So also you're in that same category of not having rhythm.
No.
So apparently this guy he has
So I go
rhythm.
up to him,
It's
I
not
go up to
white
him.
guys that have no rhythm for the record. It's white people, women too.
I can dance.
Well, apparently so can Yacht Boy.
Yes. So I go up to him and I'm like, hey, you can
Yacht
dance.
boy.
He
That's a
goes-
dope nickname though. I'd like to be the Yacht Boy.
No, I used to nickname him Country Club
Nice.
until I found out. No.
Well, I found out
really
his real
doesn't.
name.
He's way cooler than that. But I go up to him and I'm like, you can dance. He's like, yeah, bitch, I can. And I was like,
Wait,
whoa.
that you went up to him like that? You can dance? Like what the fuck?
Okay, there's all these guys over here who are standing like doing their head bob, and like Josh has like good rhythm. Like he's into.
He's all doing a
music,
robot.
Like, no, he's not into that. He's not a weirdo. This is not him either. Maybe that spin around. I think I might have seen him.
Wait, is that dude that killed himself?
Oh no, it is.
I
Oh,
love how it
rip.
says white men can dance.
Hey, bring up a white dude that can dance. Like
This is it. This is what.
No,
look,
no,
this
no,
is
no,
me-
come
this
on.
is me googling white people that can dance.
no, come on,
This is
man.
as good as it gets, Jay. This is good as it
Come
gets.
on.
This is the pinnacle.
No, that
of
is not the pinnacle.
The Caucasian persuasion, baby.
Look what I typed in. I said white people that can dance.
Good. No, you gotta go to the second one. White people that can dance.
Good.
Good.
Oh
shit.
All right, so I go up to him. I'm like, hey, you can dance. He's like, yeah, bitch, I can. I'm like, ooh, he's spicy. Okay, so we start talking.
Yeah, bitch, I can. Ooh, I like you.
No, he's not talking like that. So we're both like drunk at the time. We end up dropping.
No. Sorry.
Stop. We end up jumping off like the top of the boat. I like almost died.
Oh, how do you top this? I feel like your first date with him was like the peak of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun after
just
that.
You're like, so we were skydiving and I was looking at him.
We fucking jumped off the third floor of this yacht the day I
We
met
jumped
him.
off and a shark actually.
We-
came
And
up.
our fourth
We
date.
kissed in midair.
How was your fourth date? He told me to drive from a homeless person. Damn, dude. Shout out to him though. That's what's up.
No, we jump off. It's good. I get a splinter in my hand. I'm like
In the middle of
bleeding.
the ocean?
Well, there was like teak on the boat.
Oh.
I was dancing
Right.
before I met him.
Like what kind of dancing where you get a splinter and were you break dancing?
I had my hands
She's like
on the
spinning on
table.
one
Got her
hand.
hands on
Like,
the floor.
You ain't got shit on me, guys. Watch it. You like showing
She's
him
like,
up.
dancing. Oh, she's like, yeah, my forehead and palms.
I was bleeding.
Like somebody tagged me in, I slid on my head into the middle.
Start doing spins.
Yeah, that does sound like a dope way to meet somebody. Yeah. On it, yeah. So this is just a good lesson though for all like the white guys out there. If you're single, go dance, man. Don't be the guy head bobbing. Dance. You never know.
Definitely dance, not be on a 3-story yacht.
Yeah. Well,
You'll pick up
okay.
some white chick and be like, dang, you can
His
dance.
cousin's friend.
if you're just in the grocery store, just dance. You never know what could happen, bro.
Yeah, it was good though.
Yeah.
I always like telling the story because it was a very unconventional way of meeting him. You
Sure.
know, like he hadn't, been with anyone in a little while, and he always makes like the story. He was when you're not looking for something, what you want
Just
finds you.
happens,
It just
yeah.
happens. So we met. He ended up getting my number.
Yeah.
Well, he lost his phone, so he got my number from his friend's phone. And then I had like, I always make the joke that later that night I was at my friend's house and I'm getting like the same text from him, but from like 4 different numbers because he's like texting me from his friend's phone, then his computer, then his phone, then his other.
Wow,
friend's
he
phone.
really
This motherfucker was
Yeah.
determined. You must be a great dancer.
He was determined.
Dancing girl.
And I couldn't. He wanted me to meet him out that.
This is
night
very
before.
Jay Goodwin-esque.
Right, yeah.
It was like the Notebook.
Evolve.
That was it.
I didn't
Yeah.
see any yachts in the Notebook. What are you talking about?
It was like
It was
the
a Ferris
Back movie
wheel.
of the Notebook.
Nice, nice. So wait, what your boyfriend's company, what is that? What is the name of that? Or your business or
So he's a producer. He's
Right.
Like
trying
music?
To sign a yeah.
Well, I'm an artist, so give him my number. I play the guitar and I
works for
sing.
some
Shout out to
high
Hannah's
profile-
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Shout out.
He
Yacht Boy.
trying to sign a
Yacht
production
Boys.
label.
Yacht Boy wouldn't be a dope. Yacht Boy Productions. Done.
Yeah,
There's
that's
his
actually
No, he
fucking,
doesn't want
that's
that. He
banging.
makes
Yeah,
fun of
boy.
me for calling him like Vineyard Vines.
There's
He's
a
really
Well,
not.
Vineyard
Vineyard
Vines,
Vines is
it's a
shit,
little
that's
different
why.
than Yacht Boy. Yacht Boy sounds like, you know,
Yacht
all right, I'm
Boy's sexy,
successful,
bro.
I got power. Vineyard Vines sounds
I
like
feel
you
like if
suck
my name was
penises in the
Yacht Boy,
corner
I
of
would
fucking Providence
I would
or
frost my
somewhere.
tips and slick my hair back if you called me Yacht Boy.
Vineyard Vines, yeah,
That's
I'm
a
gonna
dope
tie a
name.
sweater around my neck
Hell
and
yeah.
fucking
Vineyard Vines, bro. Like I'm walking around with tennis balls in my ass.
right.
Yacht Boy's got swag. Dude.
I just happen to have a tennis racket in my hand anyway.
It's like telescopic.
What's that mean?
Telescopic. You're like, I'm ready to go.
We go to polo together.
yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Yeah, like my main
no,
colors
no,
are
no.
pastel pink and baby blue.
what's your favorite color? Fuchsia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
like
That's an
Yacht
interesting
Boy.
story though.
He's trying
Write
to-
down Yacht Boy. That's going in the title.
Let's go to the title. He
Shout out his business, whatever that is.
Well, it doesn't have a name yet. That's why
Oh.
I'm trying to like. So
Bro, you didn't catch that the first time she said that? Come on.
I don't know. I'm drinking.
He's trying to sign a production label. I think is what it's called. I don't know. With like you know one of the big companies out there.
Sure.
Almost to be like a smaller producer under their umbrella.
No, his own. Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
what's up. Like an independent, like a third. No, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a dealer. You know, like an authorized representative for that company.
Yeah.
Where signing with him kind of gives you the benefits of all of that shit too.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
Kaylee, what's your?
Jay's
I
not
just
impressed.
transition over to Kaylee.
not
She's so
impressed.
quiet.
No,
she's so
she was
quiet. I
telling a
just-
story, so
That's so interesting. Listen, okay, Kaylee.
that,
I don't know. She's so quiet over here. I'm just trying. You know.
Hey, man.
Listen,
Are you-
I
telling a
always
story.
tell Kaylee though. I tell him about like the kind of people that he works with, and she's like, "Damn, okay, you know," because she likes to
Like
kind of
hook me up.
as what
What kind of music is that?
like rap, R&B,
Yeah.
everything like that.
You guys like to obviously you guys are women. You guys like to dance. You guys listen to house or anything like that? Or?
Yeah.
I'm not really
I like
too
to.
much into house. I'm more like
I miss ecstasy though.
What's your favorite kind of music? What's pumping in your car right now?
R&B, like I said.
Nice.
But I'm a
She
little
said
bit
that
more
only
old
you.
school too. Like I like my Jay-Z,
Yes.
Nas, Jay
It's
the
a good average.
Kiss, all that type of stuff.
Wow, you
Like,
listen to Jada Kiss? Oh, okay.
I like them.
Yeah. Them? Him?
Yeah, his-
That kind of music. I meant
he doesn't have pronouns, girl.
when I
She's
was
like,
younger,
I like them
I see this on the
naggers.
back here. You know, you have In Sync.
That's my shit. You know who that is?
Yeah,
All right, good.
I do.
You
No,
passed
I
the
like
test.
house
We have-
music. One of Josh's friends actually is like a DJ and
Who's Josh? Is that your boyfriend's
No,
name?
sorry, that's his name.
Oh, all right.
Dope name. Respect.
Yeah, good name. One of here, shout him out, get him up on there. Very the Q. He DJs at like a lot of like cool venues, like for Nike. You know, he has his own
Oh,
brand.
like events like that. So.
Yeah, I'm going to. He just he has he does music, he does
Mm-hmm.
DJing, everything like that. But he has his own brand too. He just did a collab with Saucony, so I'm going to his like launch party in New York in a week.
That's crazy.
What's his Instagram?
Very the Q, or his brand name is Colored Plus.
Yacht Boy.
Or
Yeah,
Colored Plus.
bro, I can't get over the name Yacht Boy and how dope it is.
Yeah.
Have you
I
ever
like it.
said Yacht Boy to him? Just tell. Can you run it by him
I
real
will.
quick?
I
Run
will.
it by
You
him.
want me to text him?
I want because I need to know his response on the air. I feel like this is gonna stick. Yacht Boy is good.
I like it.
Text
I
him
like
or
it.
call him.
Yo, if you
Yo, if
called
you
him, we
call
could
him, that'd
actually
be-
bring him in and like
In the
everybody
conversation.
watching could hear it.
All right, we'll
But no,
call
no, no. You'd have to. It's really a hassle.
Yeah.
We
just-
should set that up. It's tough when we have 4 though, because there's only fucking.
What, how
George,
many
is there,
slots?
can you sacrifice the intro real quick? You know the slider you have for the intro? Pull up the Roadcaster app. We're gonna connect your shit to the Bluetooth. It's gonna be dope. You're gonna have to put the headphones
We're
on.
doing this for the first time live.
All right.
Well, it's not live. It's pre-recorded, but yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
We don't edit
We're
it.
live now.
No, we're not streaming.
Well,
live.
we're
We
recording.
could have.
We're not
live.
streaming. Yeah.
We haven't streamed an episode yet live. Can you say no to that? Pull it up here. Let me walk you through it, bro. Walk through it. Brief intermission. You guys don't mind, right?
No, not at all.
Dun, 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 dun,
Nothing's
dun.
gonna
No,
be cut.
nothing's gonna
We
be
don't cut
cut.
anything. There
We
was
don't.
one
We don't
thing
edit.
cut.
We just fucking.
It's
We
easier
put
that
it
way.
out.
We
Yeah.
raw dog it. We just go for it.
We don't want to pay this guy more than
You're
we have
restarting
to.
it? It shouldn't take too long anyway. But anyways, no, I think that name's gonna stick. What were you asking, Kaylee though? Well, I was gonna call her Haley.
He didn't.
While we wait
he
for
didn't.
that.
He was just,
Yeah, run it then. That's fine.
Oh, we
You
were
know
just
you were
talking
about to
about
ask
like
me something.
what's pumping into her car. You know,
Oh yeah,
We
R&B.
need background music.
Yo,
Kaylee
fun
can
story.
get into it.
NSYNC was the first concert I ever went to in my life.
you know this about me.
This out.
You know this about me. I like all kinds of music. I listen to everything. You know what
I
I'm saying?
will say though,
Yeah.
to
So I'm not trying to take a shot.
no,
at you. I'm
but
not.
to kind of carry that point, bro, there's a lot of music now that I listen to that was way before my time that I really appreciate now. Like fucking
Well, yeah, you're
Songs
taking
now are sampled
Al Green,
all the
bro?
time from
Love me
like
some Al Green.
Absolutely.
Oh, that makes
60s,
me so
70s,
mad though.
80s,
Of course.
90s.
You know what the
No, but there's so many like Drake, Kanye, Kendrick
Kanye. Yeah, of course.
that they sample from like 50s, 60s music of like, you know, jazz, saxophones, like all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then they,
Yes.
you know, like
Make it their own.
yeah, spin on
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
the worst song for me ever, it would get me so angry because the original that it was sampled from, I loved so much, and it would fucking confuse me. Right? So I would hear what's that song? You know this, you know who Rihanna is, obviously. She has a song that they pulled a sample from fucking Santana, Maria Maria.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yep,
like
yep.
"Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na," and I would always think it was fucking Maria Maria.
oh, and it confuses
Right.
you when you
It's
first hear
And
it.
then I'd hear Rihanna start fucking talking. I'm like, this bitch, goddamn it, bro. I
There's
was
a
ready.
lot of songs like that.
What
Yes.
song is that? I can't think of
Yes.
the name.
Yes.
What song is that, George? What is that song?
I have no
Rihanna.
idea. I don't know.
Anyways. But yeah, it would bug the shit out of me because I love the original, and then I
What's
would
your
get
favorite
excited.
genre of music?
Boy bands,
Is it really?
probably. I know I might have to go like R&B, like late
Because when I
old
first met
school
you,
R&B.
it was
Old
country.
school
You
R&B,
were
yeah.
listening to a lot of
I
country.
still listen to a lot of country. I
Yeah.
like
Really?
country.
You like
Yeah.
that country?
Yeah,
I like country too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like a lot of country. I like a lot of music, but I have to narrow it down. Like, look, bro, I'm gonna play you just my. You know when you listen to all the music and you go to my station, it just plays like most what you listen to.
Right.
We'll just go through like
You
5
don't
songs.
use Spotify?
Yo, I'm actually so stupid. I use all of them, but I think Apple has the best stations.
Ugh,
I don't
I'm
know.
such a
Spotify. Yeah, me too.
I'm such a
Spotify, I use the least.
Damn.
So look at the first one that comes up, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
that's a
some
good
older
one.
R&B shit, you know, just
Yeah.
Craig David. What do you know about Craig David, bro?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Omari.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Chris Brown, She Ain't You.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy
This
is so
one.
fucking corny,
And
DJ
then
Khaled.
Joe.
But anyway,
Yeah, this is it.
He gets paid bang.
he
For
does.
just saying DJ.
I feel like
Another
he's fucking
one.
cringy as fuck. But
I feel like he's handsome, bro. He's a large man, got a nice beard, short hair. He's got a lot going for him. Yeah, that's definitely the one, though.
I like his jacket. I would rock that.
Yeah, rich people have style, bro.
What's your favorite genre of music, Haley?
Old school R&B.
For the 7th time this
I
episode.
know. I'm just trying to get her to talk. She's very quiet. I just,
Hey man, you can't force it out of people. I think she's conversing enough when asked upon. You know.
Yeah.
It's how do you compete with the Yacht Boy story? Like, we're like,
that's
how'd you meet your man? She's like, well, I don't have one, and I saw a guy that smelled good in the grocery store. She's like, oh, I jet skied over to this yacht and then went scuba diving inside of it with him. Oh, all right.
I can see Kaylee like riding the cart over to this guy.
Jumps on top of
Hey,
it.
what's going on? You like those kind of beans?
Do you have any you got
bring
like swag
Kaylee
when
out.
talking to guys or what?
I
Like, if
don't
you're
know.
trying to put, like-
Honestly, I feel like with having my son and then COVID happening prior, I just haven't been.
You're not.
I
in the
was saying
dating
this last
scene.
night, so I
You
went
show up
to.
at the deli like
I went to a 60-year-old family party last night, and then I met my good friend, who's a guy just out for one drink afterwards, and I'm just like, and my friend is the bartender, and I'm just like, I haven't been out in so long. This was like one of my first times out since like having my son, and he's gonna
That's a
be
long
2 in
time.
April, yeah. So
you were still like wearing a mask and shit or no?
what when I had my son?
No, when you went out the
Oh
other night.
no.
It's been a couple years.
No,
How
but
we
it's
doing?
been a while, and even during COVID, you know, being
hard to meet
single,
people,
like
yeah.
how do you meet people?
That's right. Yeah. No, I can actually relate to that. Obviously, being 43, you know,
This is what I love.
It's weird.
No,
It's
no, no.
strange. You know, like
Look at this, bro. What a life she lives. So I gave my girl, she went and took her sister out for brunch and shit today.
hey, look, we're not in conversations.
Bro, I needed you to know why I was
Kaylee
looking.
starts talking anyways.
Forget it. I'm sorry. That was rude. I apologize.
I can imagine how hard it is actually.
But let me just. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, unless you're going like out to bars and like that's not necessarily my scene anymore. I don't go out to drink. Do I drink? Of course, yeah.
You're an
Sitting right
alcoholic.
now. But I can understand. What?
You're
I'm
an
not going to
alcoholic.
Aquapalooza,
Right. Yeah.
strapping
Underage
my
and
son
shit.
to me like the hangover, you know what I mean? No.
You know
But
what's funny?
Where
It's
do you
like,
meet people these days, right?
I bring Kaylee out.
She took me one night. Yeah, we went out, SNL.
Saturday
I was
Night
like-
Live?
No.
Oh, damn, you guys are old.
Yo, your
Providence.
boyfriend's older than me. Relax, girl.
No, my boyfriend's 31.
I'm kidding. Yo, he's not that far.
He's
off,
not.
Bro. He definitely knows where SNL is. I'll tell you that.
I like
Saturday Night
SNL.
Live.
I love SNL. Saturday
What is
Night.
that?
Hey, you know what? One day we should have a dinner. We go to at Foxwoods.
Nah,
We go to,
nah.
What do you mean, nah? No, go, just to go out, just to do something. Get you
No, but
guys
it's
out
right
and
in
stuff.
Providence. SNL.
Foxwoods is not in Providence.
No, but I'm saying you were
What-
talking about what's SNL.
Does it have an actual name or is SNL
Sport
the
and
name?
Leisure?
Oh, okay. See, why don't you just say that? I know the place.
Yeah, Dirty Deck, the
Yeah.
owner.
It's like a
One
big
of the
bar in
owners.
Providence. Cool setup. Nice
Yeah.
ambience in there.
It's fun there.
I saw it on Buns and Bites. Or TikTok.
My
we're trying-
boyfriend went to school with her.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get her on.
Can you put us
She
on?
was
We're
just
trying to get her
recently
on.
on a podcast, I think.
Trying
She
to get her
was
on.
on no, was it No Cap or something?
Shout out to Rickler. We're gonna get Rickler to get her on this.
Who's that? I thought your
It
boyfriend's
was,
name
her,
was
it was
Josh.
her first kiss,
Oh.
which is my
Buns and Bites first kiss.
yeah,
Which
How do you
is
know
your
this?
who?
cause it's my boyfriend's friend.
Your boyfriend's friend. The whole my boyfriend, like, when you have like a significant other or an ex that has a story. I remember talking to this dude and he was explaining to me a couple years ago how his ex broke up with him because she started fucking around with Gronk. Like, imagine taking.
I'm trying to get Gronk on here
You
too.
can't
I know
take
somebody
a
who
worse
knows
L
him.
than that, bro. Like, she's never coming back at that
course.
point, dude. Like, I'm like, oh shit, she fucked around on you with who? He's like, Gronk. I'm like,
You're done.
You're done.
you're done.
You're done.
You're done in every category, bro. Like looks, peen size, money. Like he's got you beat everywhere. You're not winning
Why
that
you
one
think
back.
Gronk is hung?
Probably, bro. He's 6'30".
What?
He's so tall. Like he's fucking.
He's
a man.
6'30". New
That's a
measurement.
giant. Yeah, bro. That's just bigger than any human. I don't know, bro. I don't think you can fucking walk around life as confident he does without a giant wang.
Well, you know what? His bank account like gives him at least
That's an
Makes
ex-
up
That's
for
an
it.
extra wang.
yeah, it's like 3 inches extra.
Hey, you say you were huge. No, I have $1 million. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you are huge.
Oh. You're fucking stupid, bro. All right, when you about to ask Kaylee a question? Where were you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Another
We're
one?
asking him.
Kaylee, what kind of music? do you
Another
listen
one.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I need an. Yo, where's the ice balls, bro? Can you grab
here.
them? No, I think they're out.
Let me grab
There's a fresh bag, bro. Fresh
Not
bag.
here, man. Grab that.
Oh, I didn't know it was doing it.
Ooh.
All right.
So do you guys hang out? There's obviously an
Yeah.
age gap here too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
use-
Kaysley's my Mama Goose boss friend,
Yeah.
coworker.
Mama
Mama
Goose?
Goose.
yeah.
She'd probably prefer Yacht Girl, to be honest.
Well,
with
to
you.
all my employees, they're all fairly young, so
Wow. So
I'm like the mom.
She just employed me.
yeah. She did.
Oh, you
She's
thought
like,
you
all
were
my
friends.
workers.
You thought
No,
you
no,
were
but
friends.
I'm saying in
Yeah, she
general,
walks in like
When
we
I
used
said
to.
she says we're
I
workers,
used to call her
I call
my-
her my employee.
Used to call her my boss. Now I call her my sister. She's like, oh, my employee's here.
Yeah.
But every time I send like a group text to the, to the team.
How
the
many
Glow
employees do you have?
Squad, the
Glow Squad.
She's like
The
my
Glow
subordinates.
Squad. Yeah, women are so like cool with that shit. The Glow Squad. Like, imagine being an employee with like your employees and your boss and them giving you some gay nickname like that. Like,
Glow
fuck, bro.
Squad.
Like
The Glow Getters.
the Solar Slangers.
So,
Like, what is this shit, bro?
Solar Squad. We have our Solar Squad. We're the Glow Getters.
I like it.
In all aspects.
How long have you been with Smart Green? 'Cause you-
Since like the end of August.
Oh yeah, no, I've definitely never met you at a meeting.
Yeah, not a long time.
Well, when we were in the older room, we were all in the
She
same
came
room.
in maybe like 2 or 3 times and when we were in the old room.
Yeah, I stopped like a.
But I think he
long
was
before
not
that.
going at that point.
I've been there the last couple weeks. Went there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The sales meeting?
not the sales meeting. Just at the office though.
Oh.
I'll probably be at the next sales meeting. I think I'm gonna come back. Man, I miss you guys.
We miss you.
Does Jemiah still go to the meetings?
He came once randomly.
Who?
A couple weeks ago.
Jemiah?
He used to sit up front with you, right?
Yeah. Tall black dude.
I hadn't
Hard
seen
to
him in a
miss.
while, but I did see him a few weeks back.
Yeah. Yeah. He shows up every now and again. Yeah.
Just when he feels like it. It's his birthday Tuesday.
You already sent me a bottle. I haven't
Yeah, yeah. We
Well,
have
we
to
need
get
to
drunk.
celebrate.
Wait, he's down to celebrate and get drunk, but it's got to be early because he's got plans at like noon. I'm like, all right, bro, we'll figure this thing out
How often do you do podcasts?
every week, every Sunday. Yeah, make sure you follow us and subscribe. George, maybe in the intro,
fun.
like,
You know, we
when-
get on the
you know,
mic, we
instead of-
bullshit, we
instead of
drink, and
having
we-
this up,
Kind of laugh. Whatever.
have like the YouTube up because they, guests might see something that looks interesting or ask about a topic. Where this, I know you love the website because you're like a website whore.
Designer.
Yeah.
Or
Well, that's what he does. Like he builds websites and does SEO. I don't even want to undersell what he does because he's such a
Well,
fucking
speaking
god
of,
at it.
you could probably use him if for SEO, search engine optimization.
I do. I
you go.
use
If
somebody
you-
now.
yeah, there you
but
go.
Do you?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the progression of our thumbnails, bro.
Yeah,
When
go
we-
back to
Country has the hottest woman.
Hold on, go back to our old shit,
like
right?
our
So look at our old shit. This is like when we first started 4 years ago. Like we fucked everything up. We didn't do anything right, So we learned, obviously, and then you could see the progression in camera quality. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So
We're pros now.
no, we're not pros, but we're getting there. All right, get off the screen. You're making me sick looking at our fucking slut.
I don't know. I think this is.
Which animal would you rather have sex with?
Look, see,
oh
bro,
my
it's
God.
already served its purpose. 2 seconds. Oh, let's ask them. What do you guys? Oh shit! While you're thinking of that, I gotta look something up. But tell me,
What country has the hottest woman?
Rihanna?
Personally, I think
What?
the Arabic. Let's not get into the Arabic thing anymore.
What?
I think Arabic
If
women
you
are
had to
fucking
choose
beautiful.
an animal, what animal would it be?
That's weird, guy.
Humans.
We've already done it. What'd you say? Human? Human's not an option. Drew already tried that.
He did try that.
I don't know.
You got to answer.
I can't.
Jay said, "What did you say?"
A manatee.
No, you said like a jellyfish or some shit. So Jay's answer was something weird, like a jellyfish, right? Drew, the other guest that we had at the time, he said a gorilla because he thought their
male
vaginas would be
gorilla.
most like a woman, like
No,
a
he said a
human.
male gorilla.
Oh. Okay, well, he said a male.
Yeah, no, he didn't say a male gorilla. I said a dolphin because dolphins are hella smart, and they'd be able to give me consent, so I wouldn't feel like I was raping an animal.
Consent.
You know what I mean? Well,
Didn't sign the form.
dolphins are one of the only few animals that have sex for pleasure. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna feel like I'm assaulting this animal. So that was my logic.
Whales have like 8-foot-long dicks, so.
Okay, we know where you stand. Jesus Christ, bro.
All right, we know what's important to you.
All right, so
Just off rip. What I'm
mean-
thinking.
How tall are you?
5'6".
Okay. All right.
you just want me to turn you into a unicorn? Like, what are you gonna do with the other
I know.
fucking 2.5 feet?
You want to straighten out your back? Like,
Oh my god, bro.
No.
All right, so whales
You
are
asked the
answering.
question.
Kaylee, what's your
Oh
answer?
man, I don't know.
Think of all the
At least
animals.
I
There are
had
a
a
lot of
reason.
animals.
Kaylee's gonna come out with something, and we're gonna be like, "Why? I don't know."
Monkeys because they're cute. I don't know.
cute in the sense like,
Yo, I remember seeing a video of like these two monkeys boning. It was so weird, dude, because the monkey like had his face like, ooh, ooh. Like, bro, this dude's really getting it,
What
bro.
did you type in to get to that point?
I was just scrolling,
Yeah, what
bro,
kind of
the
searches
time,
did
bro.
you
I
have?
was just
I was
scrolling.
just
There's
scrolling.
algorithms, guy.
I
Like,
was just scrolling my monkeys having sex feed, and it was there.
Oh no.
All right, so something that we do every week, we just run over the
what today is. What?
Yeah. What's the date today, George? Today is National Corn Chip Day.
You guys like corn chips?
Yeah, I do. I prefer them over the, when you get tortilla chips.
Yeah.
Like when I have salsa, I want the corn chips.
Corn chip. So what's a corn chip versus a tortilla? Corn chip is like a Frito, right?
No.
Isn't a tortilla like the?
Yeah, but when you go to like a real Central American, Latin American, Mexican place, like you have the corn tortillas or you have like the flour tortillas. I always like the corn
Oh, okay.
tortillas. The corn
Interesting.
chips,
I
all
always go
that.
for flour.
Really? No. I like the corn.
Why? Are they?
She's like,
Just
I like
more
the
authentic.
corn.
I'm with you. No, see,
More
I'm with you on
authentic.
the flour too.
Why?
I don't know. I just like if I do a taco, I do like
Yes.
a hard taco, or I do a flour tortilla. I don't.
but when you
do-
go to the real places,
has a different texture like to it.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. I don't not like the flour tortillas, but when you go to the real places, they always have the corn tortillas.
What does
Yes.
that mean? What do you mean real
Okay.
places?
Like authentic.
Yeah, Kaylee knows what's up.
All right. It is also National Puzzle Day, National Bubble Wrap Day. Bubble wrap used to be so.
Who makes
Remember
up
that shit as
these
a kid?
things?
No, who does make up
cares?
these things?
Josh does. Before the podcast.
You think this is a
Just
list
in
of
his
shit that
notes
I
app.
put in?
She's like, it's National In Sync Day.
Na-
Is there a national?
Nah,
National
there-
Podcast
I don't know,
Day.
but there should be a National Instinct Day because they're the goats of dance. And National Croissant Day.
What's that?
I love croissants.
A croissant.
Croissant. The way you said it.
He's like, I never heard.
You've never heard
I
of the
love
word
croissant.
croissant? You don't get like a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant from Dunkin'?
More of a Starbucks girl.
Ooh. Fair.
You get the points.
I've never had any
Neither.
food
I'll
from
go
Starbucks.
local. I don't know. I don't like those fake eggs.
You like
Oh yeah.
you know what's
I can
crazy is
appreciate
like
that.
so breakfast sandwiches are so good, right? I love a good breakfast sandwich. And what I don't take advantage of enough is instead of calling like a Brewed Awakenings or a fucking Dunkin', I don't call just an actual breakfast restaurant and pick up a legit breakfast sandwich.
Oh yeah.
But every now and then I'll do that and I'm like, yo, this is so much better. Than a
Better.
little
Yeah,
joint.
I
Have you
do it
ever
all the
had,
time. I never go to
I gotta do
Dunkin'.
that more
Really?
often.
Never.
Oh, Dunkin's
just
food
forget.
is like, it tastes like chemicals.
yeah.
American food.
Their
tastes
egg does
like
it's like rubber.
It's like,
Yeah.
How can you
Wah, wah,
like
wah,
eat
wah,
that?
wah,
Yeah.
wah.
PVD Donuts does. I think it's on Wednesdays.
Banging.
You get a like bacon, egg, and cheese on a
A
donut.
donut.
It's so fire.
On a donut.
It's so fire.
Diabetes.
Starting my going back to the gym tomorrow, so I don't know
Really?
about that.
Tomorrow is
Tomorrow
actually
morning,
the most
that's the
popular
day.
day. Everybody starts going to the gym tomorrow.
Never.
Tomorrow's the day.
No, it's just tomorrow. Like the date is irrelevant. People just say tomorrow or Monday. Monday. But anyways, guys, I feel like it's about that time.
Yeah, let's wrap this up a little.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys
Shout
for
out
coming.
one more time, Afterglow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
absolutely.
Afterglow. Show us. I actually had a question about Afterglow because you guys, I was peeping your site. You do like lashes and all that shit too, right? When did that become a thing? Like, when did fake eyelashes become a thing?
I feel like it's been around for a while, but it became popular, I would say, about 10 years ago.
It's
I
also
actually think it's a good thing because
Oh, I don't
it's like one of those feminine qualities. Like, you like long eyelashes? I don't
do
know.
you? Because I was just about to say not the opposite, but
Not the like when you have butterflies on your face, it looks stupid.
like the Venus flytrap, bro.
Yeah, like they gotta be like realistic.
Like, I'm
to
not
some
kissing
degree.
you. You're gonna catch my fucking nose. I thought I always think it's strange. Like, you know, women do a lot to look beautiful. You know, with like the makeup and all that
Sure.
shit. Fucking what is it called? Threading your eyebrows or plucking your eyebrows or the lashes. And I feel like that's a lot of work for things that only other women appreciate.
Absolutely, guys don't look at that shit. They don't care.
Really?
Yeah. Like, do you ever like, you know, do you ever think about it like that? Like, it's a lot because obviously you want to feel calm. You want to go out to the world feeling like you look beautiful. And to me, like at its core factor, like you want to look beautiful to attract a man. You know, like that's essentially like in our DNA. That's why we do. Like that's why us men want to be big and strong. So females look at us like there's some security there. Like they'll mate with us. We'll reproduce together. But all that extra shit is really like for women.
Well, let's ask the question. What do you guys think are some of the qualities that men look for? Just physical qualities when it comes to
I've asked this question before. Yeah.
yeah. What do you think? Like, let's get the female perspective.
Always pretty face.
Do you think it's? Do you think it's you know, your facial features? Do you think it's curves? Do you think it's
Yeah,
If you have a bad face card, you're done.
I think
yeah.
what guys go to, yeah. Are you, breast or booty, and then obviously do you have a nice
Yeah, we talked
smile,
about that
your
last podcast.
eyes.
is that first and second, or is that kind of like just in the same?
No,
Well,
I
there's
think
different categories
personality
of
too.
guys,
You know,
too.
you gotta
Yeah.
have good personality.
Of course, yeah.
You know what's funny though is there's like and George, you can correct me on this. There are studies done where kind of there are certain characteristics universally that all men find attractive, which is like a hip to waist ratio. You know, like a waist to hip ratio, meaning like smaller waist, bigger hips. Essentially, not really ass, but you get it. You know, like that curve right there. And there's a tie to that though, because usually when your body is shaped that way, you're fertile. Like you're able to give birth. You know, you have birthing hips. You've heard that term before, birthing hips. And the reason that men are attracted to that is because like in our DNA, when we're attracted to a woman, we want a woman, it's because we want to be able to reproduce and like impregnate them. So that's why we're just like attracted to no matter what country you're in or what the girl looks like. Any men will see like a small waist and then a nice curve there and be like, that's hot. Because like that's just in our DNA that we want to impregnate.
That's interesting.
Everybody.
But
It's
outside,
primitive. I love it. It makes me want to eat raw meat, bro.
outside of let's say booty and tits and da 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 da. What else? What else would you think?
A good heart, personality.
She full of shit.
I don't know. I'm an old soul, so.
Are you talking about like any kind of feature or like?
I guess what I'm
physical?
trying to extract or surface is your
What
your
initially
personal
attracts
your
is-
personal perception of what you think guys are attracted to.
All right. Well, I always say there's two different kind of guys. Like guys
Okay,
are
go ahead.
either looking
Yeah.
for someone who's like girlfriend or wifey material, or they're looking for someone like
To bang.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're just looking for someone, then like you look for like
A pulse.
big ass and tits, or like so many times I've said to my guy friends like her face is ugly, and he'll be like, yeah, but she's got a fat ass. But like that's not someone that he wants to like stick around with. That's just someone
Right.
he wants to like whatever. But like I would say I definitely agree with Kaylee. Like if you can't have a conversation with them, if you can't like laugh and then cry and then all of that stuff, like
So
personality.
not what
is a
you're
big
looking
part
for,
of it.
but what you think guys are looking for.
If
in
you're
women.
a good guy and you're looking for someone to be your wife, you need to be able to be with them 24/7.
Not
So
cry, though.
personality,
You said cry. Though. Guys should never cry in front of their women.
well, like women crying. Like you
Okay.
need to be able to. I meant by saying that like you got to go through the highs and lows.
So put it this way. Let's reverse the roles. Personally, I think what women look for. Now, this is coming from a guy's perspective, so I could be totally wrong, right? But I think women look for somebody who's funny. Mm-hmm. Does that
Yeah,
right? Somebody who's decent to look at.
yeah.
Whale dick.
No, I don't even think that's like. I think that's in the
it's
background.
it's
Maybe
a-
that's,
it's
you know
okay,
what?
buddy. It's
Talking
okay.
about that, I think it's talked about as such a bigger thing than what it really is.
because the
Like,
average
honestly,
vaginal
important?
canal is only 4 inches.
Well, no, you're
So I'm-
you're
I'm in there.
1,000%.
We can team up and fill that bitch, bro.
Yes.
I think you're totally right on that. Like girls will all like guys will say ass and tits, and girls will say big dick. But like,
I don't really think it's big dick.
I don't think it is either. Like I don't think that plays
I think
like a huge part
humor
in it.
is huge. I think that's huge. If you can make a girl laugh, I think it's very attractive
Yeah.
to a female. Am I
Yeah.
wrong or right?
No, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, being handsome is part of it. Being successful says something.
Yeah.
Having a decent bank account.
I think
mean,
for
what
both
else?
ways though, it goes. My number one thing I'd say is like confidence, how you carry yourself.
Sure.
You know, because if you're maybe not the best looking or not the most successful or not the smartest or whatever you want to insert
feel
there.
attacked.
But no, stop it. But you carry yourself like, yeah, I'm the shit. Like
Aside
I'm the
from
best
being
one in the
ugly and
room.
not funny,
Like
you're a good catch.
it carries you.
Sure.
Confidence is attractive, I think, to everybody.
What would you say is the number one thing that, let's say, obviously you guys are females, that you're looking for in a man? Like is it character trait? Is it accomplishment? Is it
The
Tell us.
drive.
Yeah.
You have a drive.
a drive
Purpose.
to what?
Purpose.
Rail
in
that
life, not
vagina?
just-
Or-
No.
I
Like
know.
in life. In life.
Oh,
I want
dude.
someone who's confident.
You know,
I want
I'm a
someone who's
go-getter, and,
carrying.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want more. in
Someone that
life,
wants to
but
continue
yeah,
to progress
exactly.
and grow. And,
Yeah.
and I
So
can
that would be the
understand
number one thing. So if that's not
Bro,
checked
I
off,
feel like it's
then
hard to
it's
have a
like,
You're
number
done.
one.
You're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Really?
Interesting.
You have a number? I feel like there's just a lot of things that are equally as important.
I feel that way too.
Then again,
but
I'm
there
not
are
a
a
woman,
couple
so I don't know.
things that like if you're not checking it off, like you're.
What are deal breakers that guys do that like guys always do this, but it's like such a turn off? Or like
I don't like the like trying to be all like buddy with your friends and almost like not poke fun, but like discredit your girl in front of your guys. Like I think a
No,
lot of guys
that's a
like
no-no.
if you're
That's a
out at a
no-no.
bar,
Yeah.
a lot of guys will like flock with
Change.
each other and be like all bro-y, like buddy. Like that's a no.
yeah.
If
Wait,
you're not
wait, wait, wait.
confident, that's a no.
How is that discrediting your girl?
No, I'm saying like you would meet him out like that, and then let's say you you start dating that girl or whatever, like
Yep.
there are so many guys that are different people, whether you're with them alone and then when they're around their friends.
Interesting.
They don't act the same.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
They act
Of
one way
course.
when they're with their friends.
Yes.
But you'd
Well-
want them to act the same?
No, because I think that makes
Just
them
be
fake.
who you are. Don't
Yeah.
be fake.
Well, hold on, wait. Okay, so saying fake.
So are you
Let
talking
me-
about
hold-
if it's hold on?
Hold on, let me
get
just
it.
finish my thought really fast.
This
Wait,
started
hold
as
on.
my thought, bro. I'm
No,
not
no,
holding
I-
on.
I just started
Are
talking.
you talking about you're out with just you and a bunch of your man's friends, or you and a bunch of girls and him and a bunch of his friends?
No, if I'm dating
You
a
realize
guy,
that men are like that.
Yeah, but I don't like that. If I'm out with my boyfriend, he should act the same way. You know, aside from a certain couple of things
That's
that,
impossible.
like, when
But
you
But
guys
are you just intruding on like a guys' night? It's like him and 5 of his boys and you, or are there other girls? And
No,
shit
if
around
we're
as well?
all out, if I'm gonna meet my friends out, he's gonna meet his friends out, but we
Sure.
go out together. We're in a crowd of people.
Okay.
If you're gonna act differently around your guy friends, then you
What's
act
different
when
though?
it's
I
just
feel
me
like we
and
need
you at home.
specifics on different, because like there's obviously shit that I do with my girl at home that I'm not doing in public. Like I'm not gonna like be like, hey, be the big spoon right now and watch a movie with me while we're at a bar. Like,
No, I
who's my
I
Snooki
know
princess?
that.
Like we're just
guys
out right
are
now.
always softer when they're alone with their girls. Like
course,
I get
of
that.
course,
I
because-
get that.
Yeah.
But if you try and overcompensate for being soft alone
In
and
what
be
way?
like way too much of like a I'm a bro guy out with your friends, that's like you
I
can
can see what
sniff
you're
that
saying.
right away. Like what the
Yeah.
heck? What are you doing?
What do you?
Right.
What would like, give me an example of something that like a guy would say or do that would fall into what you're talking about? Because it's not
All
clicking.
right,
to me.
fine. I have a clear cut example, and this is not with my current boyfriend.
No, that's fine. Yeah, we're not looking to throw Yacht Boy under the bus. I'm just trying to
Where
understand.
I'm out with
Josh, take notes.
No,
Josh, don't do this again.
it's not about him. I
this again.
promise. Like I'm out.
She's like,
I'm at.
when you're on a fucking yacht and he just won't pay attention.
No, he's always got his
You're
eyes
like, this
on
guy's
me.
name's Bosch.
All right, sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Go ahead.
No, say I'm at home with like my boyfriend or whatever, and like, let's say we just got into an argument or a fight, and like I proved him wrong, or like he admitted he did something wrong, like, but it's done there, like it was done at home, like we got over it, but like I'm still feeling some type of way, and then we go out and you're with all your friends, and you're like, ha ha ha, like. Isn't she dumb? Or like maybe not even calling me names, but kind of like all of a
Belittling
sudden
you.
changing your energy from like feeling bad, knowing you were in the wrong, to like I'm the alpha one. Like I'm always gonna like trump her.
To like belittling you.
Just for and it doesn't even have to be with words.
Are you an alpha female?
Those are not real, bro.
I
How
would
can
say
you be an alpha female?
I'm a very
I'm saying
outgoing
amongst
person.
females.
Oh, okay.
Amongst females, yeah, totally. But like I think it's so gross if you can't be with a guy who like brings that part of you down. Does that make sense?
You mean like
No.
if you think it's gross if as a woman you can't be with a man that makes
more
you
bitch?
more submissive
Yes.
in a way. Yeah, I
yes,
understand what you mean.
Right.
Yes.
But
So,
I feel like certain men can bring that out naturally, and then certain
Yes.
men will do it in the wrong way, like what you're describing.
That's what I'm
of-
saying. That was what I'm
Right.
saying. That's
You
the
don't need
worst
to
turn off.
You don't need to put your girl down in order to be the alpha in that situation.
Exactly.
You know? I
Right.
actually
That's
think
not the
you-
way to do it.
Like
I
you
think
and all
you do
your
it by
friends know that
respecting
I'm
them.
such like a outgoing, go-getting, like just loud, confident person. Where like if I'm in a group of girls, like I would say like people like me, Kaylee, we're just like confident, outgoing, like go-getter girls.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, like with my boyfriend now, like he is that kind of person that can just easily bring out where like I wouldn't say I'm more reserved, but I definitely kind of like take the back seat, because I want to.
you respect his lead. That's
Exactly. But like if, previously or whatever have you, like I just think that's the biggest turnoff of like when they have to overcompensate because
They're
know
trying too hard.
They're exactly because
Well,
they just know in their
they
heart
know
of
that's
hearts
not the
that
truth.
they're not exactly
Right. They're actually deceiving their own friends.
Exactly.
They're trying to play a role that they're
deceiving
actually not.
themselves
Yes.
is what they're doing.
Yes.
Like they're.
I think that's the
they're
biggest
trying-
turnoff in the world because like between the two of us,
Ooh, that was a deep answer. That's a good answer. I like
Yeah,
that
that's
answer.
what I think. Because
I
at the
thought
end of the day,
I
it's
thought you were
between
gonna
the
be
two
like
of you,
bad breath or something.
No.
That was a legit
Yeah.
answer.
No, that was definitely genuine.
And I know exactly what you mean because I won't even go as far to like, not that I even know people like that. I've also been that guy when I was younger. You know what I mean? Where I just felt like I had to in order to put myself forward, I would have to put somebody else down.
Yeah.
And you realize that's
I'll tell
really
you the
not
truth.
case.
If a guy does do that, they don't respect you, obviously.
Yeah.
They don't respect you.
No, they probably don't respect anyone, to to be honest with you.
Themselves, no one, yeah.
No, because they don't even respect their friends because they're afraid to be honest with their friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's even worse for the guy when their friends know, like, oh, no, Hannah's, like, is that bitch, like, is outgoing. Why are you trying to, like, fool us? Like,
Why are you
it's
trying
awkward.
to dim her light, bro? This is weird.
Yeah.
What would you say, Kaylee? What's your biggest turn off? It's tough
The
to follow that
drive.
one.
It's the drive for me. If you
Just
don't
like if
have
they're
drive
complacent.
in life, or if you're just if you're complacent, then that's it for me.
I'll tell you what, and it's we're in a crazy environment right now, like where we work and what we do, to really see what somebody's drive is, because with like how it's set up financially, it's easy to take your foot off the gas. You know what I mean? It's so easy to just be like complacent at this point. But I'm with you on that. Drive is important.
Under drive. Let's say you meet a guy, he's cute, he's whatever, blah, blah, blah. He meets all the other, checks, but he's not driven necessarily to the point where you would admire that characteristic in him. What else? What under drive is what?
Honesty, respect.
Honesty, yeah.
If you're always just playing catch up in life, like you're lying to people about things, you're not doing just integrity, like you're not there.
Sometimes lying is necessary, though.
Yeah, when people lie about like the most stupidest things, like it's like why lie?
What do you think is something that's okay to lie about?
Have you ever lied to one of your men?
I understand
bro.
why
Everybody
people
has.
lie to maybe don't want to hurt your feelings.
Right.
But when you're just gonna lie about the most like why? I don't know.
Trivial things like
Yeah,
there's no
like
point.
why? For what? Like what?
Because it always
Do you have an
makes
example?
think.
Did an ex-boyfriend of yours?
No,
Fuck
just
things
in
up, like-
general with people. Like it just.
Well, because it's like, you know how I feel like when you lie about something so stupid and minute.
What
That
do you
means
really
that
lie
that means
about?
you're gonna lie about anything
Yeah,
that's
like,
actually relevant. That's
exactly,
important.
exactly.
You know, if you're not willing to just tell the truth about something so minuscule, then you're definitely gonna lie and avoid having a conversation if something's
Like tough
important.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
I believe that. What's your
Interesting.
biggest turn off in a woman?
I get turned
like-
off so easily.
If she has a
Like,
dick.
You get the ick.
oh, listen, the smallest thing will, I hate saying it because it's like a character flaw of mine. The smallest thing will turn me off about a woman. I cannot stand anything masculine about a woman. Like, don't,
Like an Adam's apple.
yeah, like a penis.
Oh my God.
No, if a perfect example, if a woman smokes, not okay. I don't.
Me.
Hold on, no, hold on.
You
Listen,
smoke? No, I think
wait,
you
wait,
mean
wait, hold on.
cigarettes.
Let me finish.
Oh no, I don't
Cigarettes,
smoke
right?
Yeah.
cigarettes.
You smoke cigarettes, that's fine, right? You know, smoke feminine cigarettes. Don't fucking come to me and you're smoking Marlboro Reds.
What's a
Like,
feminine
what are you, a
cigarette?
fucking cowboy? Like,
What's a
come on.
You want her with a cigarette from the Titanic, bro? With a long
yes,
fucking
yes.
holder with some
Smoke
white
a
gloves?
feminine cigarette, like
What's a
Virginia
feminine
Slims
cigarette?
or something. Yeah,
Yo, you're
don't
so
bring that fucking like. Don't roll a
No,
fucking
but
cigarette in front of
know
me
what?
like you're
Yeah.
packing the tobacco and you're
Can you show us what a feminine cigarette looks
Don't-
like?
I know
bro?
what you're saying
Don't-
though.
Virginia Slims, there's
Right.
only one.
if you dip and you're a chick, don't talk to me. Don't even fucking
I
approach
told you
me.
this
don't
fool's from Oklahoma,
What's
bro.
dip?
Who's dipping out
like when
here?
they got
And
tobacco
there,
in
yeah,
it.
like with the baseball.
Any
yeah.
masculine quality, I like very feminine women. Like, do not. You got an ounce of masculinity in you. Don't talk to me.
Do you think that's because maybe you don't have as much masculinity as you'd like? Or any masculinity they have?
Fuck.
I'm just curious as to why that's such a game
Is it
changer.
because you're a woman, Jake?
Yeah. No. What? Because I don't like fucking dudes.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. I'll give you a
I don't
perfect
enjoy
story.
fucking
hold
dudes
on.
either.
I'll give you a perfect story. So
No, but I have
one
a
of
quick
my
question
ex-
before you say that story.
go ahead.
What about woman, like, because this is an honest question,
Mm-hmm.
who I wouldn't say this trait is masculine, but it's definitely not very feminine, like someone who provides for themselves.
That's independent. That's different.
Okay, so those
That's
are two
different.
separate things.
Yes, absolutely.
So, like, being a go-getter, wanting to maybe not be a stay-at-home mom, like, wanting to do all that stuff, that's fine.
Right. That's a little different.
Okay.
Masculine is like you're stepping in a whole different realm. And
Yeah,
I'll give
yeah,
you
yeah.
a perfect example.
Give me
So
some examples. Because obviously,
one of my
Newport's is
ex-girlfriends,
masculine.
very fit. She was into kickboxing. You know, she's a banging ass fucking body,
Mm.
whatever, blah, 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 blah. Not to get too graphic, but she was on top of me, right? And I'm feeling her waist, right?
Not
And
to
I-
get too graphic.
Oh, I know. I'm
She's
sorry.
riding
But
me
but I'm-
reverse cowgirl.
Hold on, but I'm trying to give you a
A good example,
visual,
yeah.
a perception here. You're right. Yeah. A perspective. So, and she's so muscular, that I'm feeling her like her ass, her hips.
There's nothing to grab.
No, it's too muscular. Like I'm rubbing down her washboard abs. Now I'm a fat fuck, right? And I'm like, "Ugh, I feel like I'm fucking a dude. Like that's I can't do that. I can't.
Yeah, but is that masculine or is that like
Oh, I
an
would
insecurity
say-
about your weight?
Too much muscle is definitely masculine.
No, I think so.
You're
Like,
like,
you see
is
those
it-
bodybuilders?
You're like,
No,
is it her or is it you're a fat slob? And you
Because you added that in there, like, oh, I'm fat, so like you were touching her.
well,
her
I
really
guess what
fit
I'm saying
body.
is that
I don't know if-
I don't want to be with a woman that's
But would you feel that way if
harder
you were,
than me. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So-
I think this
so it's not a
I
masculinity thing, it's a
100%
fitness
agree.
thing.
I always say I'd rather have a guy who, like, I want them to be fit.
They could be more fit than me, but it doesn't have to be like
You need someone
like
to
I'm
hug.
like I'm rubbing a chick's pecs. Like I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah,
not
I agree.
what I'm
That's
about.
interesting.
No,
I
agree.
100% need my girl to stay more fit than me. if we get to the point where it's close, I don't know how we're gonna deal with that. No, but it was.
I took a
it
chick
was
out
interest-
last night. She was smoking Marlboro cigarettes. I'm like, this is no
You're done.
done. Yeah, I
The
can't do
cigarette
that.
thing, bro. Neither one of those things you mentioned to me seems masculine at all. Like
Smoking Marlboro
cigarettes
Reds?
is just nasty. That's
Yes,
obviously
yeah.
that's a turnoff. I don't think it's feminine or masculine though. But neither
Well,
is like
that's the
having
thing.
abs.
So like you smoke, that's one thing. I can get over the fact that you smoke. Maybe
Marlboros?
I don't want to smell it. You know, I don't want to kiss you, and
I feel like
I'm
that's
kissing
where
an
you should
ashtray.
draw the
Oh,
line,
yeah.
bro.
I was
Cut
gonna
the
say that when
smoking
you're
out
kissing your
completely.
When
Right.
you take it a step further and you're smoking like Camel unfiltered, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you, a fucking cow? What are you? I
No,
don't know.
I've heard
It's
that
like,
from other guys too, though. Like, I think now with girls,
Do either of you smoke cigarettes?
No.
Good.
no,
What a
with
terrible,
girls
terrible
being this
trait.
whole like equal movement of
Yeah.
like girls. I think now,
like feminine
especially,
toxicity.
they just don't have enough like reserve in them.
Toxic femininity.
You know, does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of a lot of cultural influence right now for women to be overly independent,
Yeah.
which is there's a line like
and there's
listen,
nothing wrong with
nobody
independence.
hold on. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with independence, but I feel like in order to be independent, you don't have to disrespect masculinity and what it provides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be so independent. Yeah,
Anti-masculinity.
where you're anti-man. You know? Are you on it? You gotta go?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Just checking. Last week, our guest said, "Hey, I'm going to answer this question, then I'm leaving." I'm like, what, bro?
Okay.
All right.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you like a masculine man, or would you rather a kind of friend,
I think you need a little
As
bit
a
of
woman,
both.
as a woman, can I answer for them? Maybe you guys might disagree with me, but I feel like that answer, truthfully, is always going to be every single woman wants a masculine man.
Yeah, of course. But
Every
you need
single
like
one.
you
No,
said
you
a
need-
friend too.
yeah.
Like so, a little bit of both.
I don't
Yeah,
want
answering
someone.
for the women? Like,
I- no,
we
no,
got
no.
women here. Like, little answer. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I was poking the badger a little bit. I thought I was going to say something with some meat.
Poking the badger.
But no, I feel like
Honey badger.
I feel like, yeah, at the end of the day, of course, man, like you always need to be a friend. In the same way, like, I don't know, this is gonna come all wrong, but like with my kids, I'm a friend to them, of course, but I'm their parent more than anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So with my girl, of course, like we fuck around and we have fun like we're best friends. But at the end of the day, I'm her man before anything. You know what I mean? So if that means that a decision has to be made that she, as a friend she might not agree with, but as a man, it's the best decision for us to move forward or that we need for our family. That kind of trumps the friendship role, if that makes sense. Why are you laughing like that, bro? Where are you going with it? What, dude? What?
Because in a weird sense, you're just saying, like, because I'm the man, like, fuck what's going on. Like,
No,
need
but
to be
I mean,
that-
at the end of the day, I'm going to ask you honestly as a woman, right? Or even you. You said you happily take a back seat. You're with your man now. Essentially, if you guys have a disagreement, right? And like you're like, here's your line in the sand, his line in the sand. One of you has to compromise and be like, we're going to go with my way.
Yeah.
And if that is not his
Can
way,
they
I
both
don't-
compromise?
No. But at the end of the
So
day, bro, you're-
relationships are all about compromising, though.
to an extent. But what happens if you're at a standstill? Somebody has to have the winning vote. Who has it?
I'm such a stubborn person. Like when it's over something stupid, like I don't know, where are we gonna eat tonight or where are we gonna go?
Bro.
He's
then we just compromise and go wherever the fuck you want to go. Like,
Well, I was gonna say he's
Like you're
a
still gonna
very
bitch about it. But
good-
let's-
he's like very good at determining between the two. If it's, I think I kind of agree with what you say. If it's
talking about
something
an
where
important
like
decision.
in his own head he'll be like, hey, I'll let her win on this, like it's fine. But if it's something that is like really important, like he's not a pushover.
no, it's not even about being a pushover. It's about you kind of letting that guard down and submitting to his, or to having the trust that he's going to make the
Yeah,
best
I would
decision
say I
for you.
have that. Yeah.
You know, like, let me give you an example. Hold on.
Sure.
Let me give you an example. Jay, for example, Gotra. He's trying to convince me to do something. Me, you know, like, I don't think it's the best idea for me. He's stuck in this, you know, on his side that it is the best idea for me. One of us has to give, bro. So I respect and follow and trust his leadership. So I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to rock with you. Don't let me down. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go with you, though. Like, I trust you. I'm going to follow you. I feel like in a relationship, that has to fall always on, and for me anyway, it's always going to fall on me. You know what I mean? Like, at the
Right,
end of
the
the day,
man has to lead.
if Sasha and I are in that spot, she's going to say, all right, you know what, babe? This is what I think. This is what you think. But I
Right.
trust you. You're going to take us home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's that. That's all.
All right. So I mean, okay.
I
What
agree
else?
with the majority of what you said. I don't know. I'm just a very like outspoken, stubborn person, but I think when it boiled down to things, is something that I look for in a man. Like at the end of the day, I want to be able to trust you enough and know that like you understand what I'm saying, you know what you're saying. You're not putting me down, or you still value what I say.
It's
but
not like a shut the fuck up. I said this, so we're doing it that way.
no, yeah,
It's a conversation, and then it's listen. There's obviously not going to be a way that we're going to compromise on this. So one of us has to bite the bullet and trust the other one.
That's gonna be you.
That always, bro. It always is. It has to be. If not, I have a husband.
yeah.
I've been
What are your
with
thoughts
some
on this,
out-
Kaylee? You don't look like you agree too much.
No. I'm listening in. And, like, everyone has their own opinion and everything. And, I get what he's saying about being with someone too masculine, the whole, Because I think that, too, when I look at women. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I can look at a woman, not that I'm into him, and say, wow, she's beautiful. And I don't, if they're too masculine looking.
Yeah, don't let guys fool you either. Like we do that. Like I'll look at a dude and be like, damn, I just want to fuck him. You know,
And,
like
you don't think that's gay.
no, I don't think it's gay. I'm not
No,
going
like,
to
you know
fuck
what I
him. I
mean?
just want to.
Well, let me ask you a very personal question, I guess. Well, not very personal, but I mean, just for conversation's sake. If you're looking for a man, do you look for a masculine man, or
I
is
don't
it?
know.
Or is
Honestly,
this,
I don't ever, and I have never gone looking for a man. I just feel like what's meant to be will be.
right?
And I've never wanted, like, I don't go looking in the grocery stores. That was kind of just
Yeah,
a
yeah,
joke.
yeah, yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
honestly, I just kind of live my life, and, every situation that has come to me has just kind of come. I don't really go out looking and be like,
No
I need
pun
a man.
intended.
Right, so
I
if it-
want a
if it
man.
doesn't happen,
I'm
then it
very
just doesn't
happy
happen.
by myself, and,
Yeah,
and, even when I had my
So-
son,
Yes, I'm gonna go down this road.
So you're not a dependent personality. I'm sorry.
Say it.
You're not a dependent personality. Like
Oh, I don't depend on
some
anybody.
People, male and female.
I'm very content by myself.
Yeah, right. Okay, good. I'm sorry.
Now, as a mom though to a son, don't you think it's important that he has somebody in his life that can teach him how to be a man?
Absolutely,
'Cause you
absolutely.
can't.
I say that all the time, and my brother, my father,
Why'd you look at me like that?
they're in my son's life a lot. His father's in his life too.
That's awesome.
But I think it's, we have no problem with each other. It's as long as you can be a good role
Yeah.
model.
But
to
there's
your son.
there's still a difference between having a constant male presence in his like 24/7. I know you say you're not looking for a man, and don't get me wrong, none of this is like I don't want to sound like I'm attacking you or beating you up.
No,
I'm just
no.
like me coming. I grew up with no father, so I know what it's like to grow up with no father, and I have two sons of my own, so I know on the opposite side what it's like to grow up in a household with a somebody present there all the time. And as a boy that goes through life, puberty, being a young man, being a man, I don't know. It's tough because obviously you're not gonna you're not
can't
gonna
be-
sell yourself
exa-
short and just go with
Exactly.
anybody
No,
because you
no.
want somebody around. But you know that
it's going to be
it's so
definitely a
important to
strong
have.
role model, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But
Why did you
my
make that
dad,
sound
my
when I
dad's
said
so
that?
close, my brother's so close. They are involved in his life a lot, and because I don't have someone in my life now, they kind of take that role.
They take that role.
I think it also
Uncle
says something
Grandpa.
like Roman's so small now,
What's his name?
Roman.
Dope.
but when he
Roman
grows up,
Reigns.
I think it'll say something that like he had his grandfather, his uncle, you know, even his dad in his life, everything like that. But it says a lot, and I think it gives a man specifically, you know, not that I am one, but just like thinking about it, I think it gives a man specifically an extra level of appreciation for what women can do. Like, you know, Roman's gonna grow up one day and be, you know, an adult of his own. And I have no doubt that he'll be like just as much of like a caretaker, masculine,
Sure.
like man, everything like that. You know, because not only of like, you know, Kaylee being his mom and teaching him that, but his dad, his uncle, his grandfather, everything like that. But I think growing up with a single mom gives you an extra appreciation for what women can really do.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Well, hold on. Don't interrupt me, please.
I'm actually. I think I'm going to agree with you. Go ahead.
So, yes and no. I don't think growing up with a single mom makes you appreciate what women are capable of. I think that growing up with a mom and then becoming a parent, that's what makes you appreciate it. Because until I had my son, I never really understood what my mother did for me. And then when I became a
I
parent,
can see that. Yep.
when I had kids,
She's like,
and
I
I
see
see
you,
how
bitch.
hard it is with somebody to do most of the work, because my girl takes care of almost everything. You know what I mean? Like schooling, gets them to football and shit, or basketball, their sports. She handles a lot of like the household shit with them, and I still do a lot for them, and it's still like, damn, this is a lot of shit to do. So that's what really gave me a perspective on what my mother was really capable of doing it on her own. So I'm not saying that, like if your son grows up as a single mom without kids, he's not going to appreciate it. Obviously, we appreciate everybody. But just like, anything else in life, until you experience it yourself, it's really hard to understand what that fucking day-to-day grind is. You know what I mean? And I had a partner, bro, and it's hard as fuck. So, like, that makes me appreciate what my mother did tenfold, understanding that she did it with,
Yeah,
and
I
have
say
three
that.
little brothers.
I say that now having a son. When I look back at like all the single moms I've known, I'm like, oh wow, like
This shit ain't for the weak.
Exactly.
Like,
You know?
this is legit.
That's tough.
Like, yo, kid's home from school, what you got to do? Your day stops. Your kid's sick, your day stops. Like everything is over.
you know, I've
'cause
had
your kid is-
employees, and it's like, oh, I can't come to school with my kids, and I'm like, well, you got to get your shift covered. What do you mean? Like now that I look back at it, I'm like, oh, I see what it is now.
Yeah,
When
it
your
gives you a
kid's sick,
different
like you're done.
perspective.
Like you're
Yeah, like what do you want me to do?
yeah, you
bro?
have a
Just leave my
completely
kid at
different
home alone?
perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be tricky because you actually have to wear two hats in that situation. Because as a mom, you probably want to be empathetic and be like, no, I understand. But I live by a very like stern code as an employer. As an employer, you can't let your employees' problems become your problems because now it's
Exactly.
affecting your business. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, listen, I get it. Your kid's sick. Figure this shit out. You know what I mean?
You got to have
Or
some
at the end of
backup,
the day,
right?
it's like,
Yeah.
listen, if your kid is sick and if that's consistent, you have to fire that person, and it's not gonna feel good. It's gonna be shitty, but like your job is not to play like
Exactly.
Mother Mary to this
You
person.
can't
It's
let
to
other
run your
peop-
business.
people's
You know what I mean?
problems become your problems. Yep.
It's always
It's been one of the kind of harder things
it's
for
so,
me.
it's so hard.
Like that whole like kind of HR aspect of business.
Right.
It's
I
been
can
probably
see
the
that.
hardest part for me.
Bro.
Because
I'm
you know
sure-
I have such a big heart and I care.
I
but
can
at the
tell.
same time,
Yeah.
like,
This is the most we've ever talked. So Kaylee and I worked it, but we don't really had a conversation. I got your fucking email passwords and that was it. But I can tell just by the answers you've given that you have a good heart. And being somebody's boss, man, I feel like when you're young and you're growing up in corporate America and you're trying to become a leader and growing, there's almost like an allure to like being the boss. Like I want to have employees. My kid will say now, it's like, Dad, are you the boss? I'm like, bro, stop talking like being the boss is cool. Being the boss sucks.
Yeah.
Because like
You're taking on everybody's problems.
you deal with humans, no, but you have to be able to like destroy someone's life. You know what I mean? Like think about it. You have an employee that's their main source of income. Like what do you do today if your income stops? You're fucked. You
You're
know what I mean?
fucked.
Like you're in a really bad spot and you have to do that to people. But you have to do it knowing how bad it fucks them, but you still have to do it. It's just
Well, you know what?
shit. It's so tough. It's so bad.
Taking the conversation just one step further, and that's the difference between being a boss, right, and actually having like leadership skills. Leaders, obviously, they're empathetic to their team's, problems and et cetera, et cetera. It's easy to be a boss, a manager, right? Inventories are managed, budgets are managed, people are led, right? And when you lead people, that takes empathy, and it's a certain kind of skill set.
There's also
Yeah.
there's a difference too because she's a business owner. Like
Yeah.
let's say next week
Well,
Smart
Smart
Green
the bottom line, yeah,
let's say next week Smart Green gives you 10 employees.
right.
It's going to be really easy for you to be empathetic and sympathetic and care and really worry about the people because it's not your money that's paying them. You know what I'm saying? When you're the
I see where you're
actual,
going.
when you're the
Yeah.
owner, bro, now it's like, all right, bro, like at the end of the day, if I keep worrying about, if I let their problems affect me too much, now I'm not going to be able to feed my kids. You know
Of
what I mean?
course. Of course.
So it's like there's such a difference in people in management that are managing people,
Right.
and then the owner of
Business
a company.
owners,
Yeah,
yeah.
Especially
Absolutely.
being in a small business too, you know, like if
You
your
don't have a
doors
lot of
aren't open
leniency.
and you don't come to work, you know, the doors are closed and we're not making
Right.
money. I always say the customers
that's
write your
20.
paychecks.
That's 20% of your income that week.
You don't have billions of dollars in profit margin, like let's say Walmart, where you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a small
However,
business, and
so let me ask you. So your business structure, the way it's set up, I noticed you had rooms for rent. Do you work in like the same sense a barber does, where you rent out the rooms?
No,
to,
so predominantly we
contractors,
do
or-
like the tanning, spray tanning, teeth whitening, and then I have rooms that I rent out to, you know, lash techs and other services.
so it's kind of almost like having a couple of sources of income.
Yeah,
coming
and I
in.
used to do it on commission based, and now I just go like, you know, I hire independent contractors and they just
you
rent
just pay
out
me
the
the
space
rent, do whatever you want in there.
for those services.
Right.
But predominantly the main source of the salon is tanning and spray tanning and the teeth
And
whitening.
that's what comes to you. But like, if I wanted to rent one of your rooms, I would do whatever I do in there and just pay you rent, right?
I wouldn't say whatever.
Well, I'm not gonna
But,
run a profit on that bitch, but you know what I'm saying. Like if I do 2 sets of lashes or 400 sets, it doesn't affect you.
Oh
in
yeah,
any way.
exactly.
So it's kind of like a barber setup, you know, like a barber will rent out their chairs,
right,
and
pay
the,
weekly.
the owner keeps the rent, the barber keeps all their money that they make. That's cool.
And if there's someone like I'm open for both options. If it's someone new and they're just starting off in the industry and they don't have all that clientele there yet to just, you know, be able to pay a rent, I'll do like a commission based.
Sure.
Like
So how would that work? Like you have a customer come in,
typically like a
that's getting
60-40, you know. No, not it wouldn't be for tanning, it would be for like the other services.
So customers coming in for lashes, you say, hey, I have a girl that works for me. She does lashes.
Yep.
Boom, you split it up.
60-40.
Who keeps the 60?
They do.
Oh, no, flip that. You got to flip that.
But that they transition, they'll probably do that until they build up their clientele. Give them 6 months to
yeah.
a year.
Barbers do
now
the
they're
same way.
switching to
Like
Just
barbers usually start out by saying, hey, I'm here. I'm getting the benefit of all these walk-ins or people calling the shop from your marketing. And I'll just, you know, give you 15 out of every $20 worth of cut. And then they get enough clients and they just say, listen, I'm just going to rent a chair and my own business will take care of it.
You know, one of my lash techs now, you know, she started off, she came into me commission based.
She what?
She started off commission based and she hustled. She came in when she had no clients and she was out. Why are you laughing?
She came into me.
Because no matter how old men get, we're
Like,
still
you know,
little boys. We're still little boys.
I picked up on it. She didn't.
I'm like, she was? She's like, yeah, she just came to work. I was like, oh, that's
But
not
she
what
was
he
going to the plazas. She's going to, you know, Ulta Beauty, all of the, to build up her clientele. You know, yes, you're going to get clientele from my clientele coming in.
Right.
But that, you know, turned to her renting out the room. And now she has such a huge clientele to the point where she's leaving and going and opening her own
That's gotta
place.
feel good. Like you literally helped her grow to a point where she's doing her own
Exactly.
thing.
And
now.
we're still friends. There's no hard feelings.
course,
Of
you
course, I
can't.
want people
Yeah.
to grow and do better for themselves. But at the same time,
Now let me ask you: when somebody gets to that point, maybe like as a step to further your business and not lose
I know
100%
where you're
of them,
going. I thought of that.
like offering like a partnership or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, because obviously you don't want to lose good people, but you don't want to hold people back either. You know, like you can't really just stop someone from growing because they're too good at what they do. But you
Well,
put time and resources into getting her to that point. It'd be nice to keep something.
Well,
going
let's
there.
be honest.
Why are you still
especially-
giggling, bro? What the
Especially
fuck's
in the
going on?
tanning world, a lot of
What's going on?
a lot of
me and Anna are just sitting there like,
A lot of the people coming to work at a tanning salon are, you know, high school, college kids. They're going to work while they're going through. Then they're going to get, you know, that big girl job or, you know what I mean, to what they're going to. And if anything, they're going to keep it as a side gig because there are commission and bonuses. But, you know, it's kind of that. Once they get that big girl job, I wish the best for them because
Right.
I'm not going to hold them back and like, hey, no, you're going to work at the tanning salon for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about getting rid of the salons now that you do solar?
Oh no.
So I've actually had
Yeah, you have.
I've had 3 salons, and when COVID happened and I found out I was pregnant with my son, my realtor friend, I said, you know, let's just list it. Let's just see if we're able to sell it. And I was able to sell my Seekonk location. So now that just leaves me with the 2. And I recently kind of went back and I'm like, should I sell? Should I keep them? What should I
Solar's
do?
like
But
a
when I ran
fucking
everything,
virus, bro. It shows you wow, for this much time you can get this
no,
much
no,
income.
no,
It's
and
like,
I
why
get
would I
that
do
'cause
anything else?
even if I got rid of the business, I would get into something else.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I have a few other ideas.
That's
and-
just
Like
like
what?
your personality. That's just
exactly.
Yeah.
So
What are your other ideas?
So my brother has a logistics company. He's doing very, very well with, we were actually chatting and kind of venturing that out and getting involved with that. I looked into a few years back buying some property and it actually had a bar and all of that. And I know that's a tough business to get into, but it had
Jay's gotta
the
pee.
property had the potential, for having that income coming in from other businesses and the potential to have
Bar's
buildable
definitely
lots
a lot
on
of
it.
work.
Yeah, buildable lots on it. But honestly, I probably wouldn't want to run it. I would probably rent it.
Just own the building and rent it out.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
And it had buildable
owning and
lots.
renting is the cheat code to life. Like just own shit and rent it out. You know what
I
I
would
mean?
love to get into house flipping. I actually went to my first house auction very
months
really
ago.
after I started with Smart Green. I remember coming to the sales meeting a little late that day. I'd been watching it for a while, and I had my number that I was going in with, and I lost it by 10,000.
Hey, but at least you stuck with it. A lot of people just stretch that extra 10 anyway. But like you're talking about flipping houses though, not even renting them out.
Well, yeah, I had the renting it out,
Combination, you can do
fixing it up a
all.
little bit,
Real
and renting
estate
out.
is just money to begin. Like however you're gonna do it, whether you're gonna flip
Oh
and
yeah,
sell,
I
hold and sell.
definitely one of my next moves
rent.
is definitely real estate.
Do you have any? Do you own real estate now or no?
I don't. Well, no, just my home that I've been in, but
Is it single family or multifamily?
it's a single family.
Gotcha. Yeah, you want
but-
the multis to have that.
Yeah,
money
no,
coming
I
in.
know.
That's the
My
way.
brother has had a few. He sold them and whatnot, but I definitely that's kind of the next move.
Yeah, I think it's George. Check the number on this, but I think it's like something like 95% of millionaires are in real estate. Like it's
I
a
believe it.
crazy number because it's like real life monopoly. You know what I mean? It's almost like a no brainer, and you can take that down to even. It doesn't even have to be houses. 90% of the
Real
world's
estate.
millionaires have been made real. Think about that. It's so crazy.
Well,
It's obviously
Yeah.
working. Like the plan is already set for us. The problem is so many people don't believe that they can do it. You know what I mean? When it's really simple, just buy a house.
Oh no, I believe I can do it. It's
Like
just
buy a
I need
house.
to.
Like even you own a little single family. I guarantee it's worth more now than when you bought it.
Oh yeah.
Unless you bought
oh my
it 2
God,
years
it was
ago.
a foreclosure, and I
Yeah.
gutted
Oh,
it and
wow.
renovated it, and I get people all the time, trying, you want to sell your house, but
Nice.
it's like,
Where
where
is
am
it?
I gonna go?
Where's your house? Well,
East Providence.
nice. My sister-in-law lives in East Providence. The first solar sale I ever closed was in East Providence. But anyways, I was gonna wait for. Oh, there he is.
back
Yo,
again.
it's been going a minute, bro. What time is it, dude? We've
Yeah,
been
I
going for a
know,
while. I feel like we
Are we
should
overtime?
definitely
Yeah, it's almost
wrap
5.
this up. It's not really overtime. It's just kind of organically. We've talked about a lot. I don't know what else to talk
Word,
about,
bird.
bro. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming by, Kaylee.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
us.
it was
Thank
wonderful.
you.
I'm sorry about the name thing earlier.
No,
I
you're
didn't
good.
mean
You're
it.
good.
One more time, Afterglow, you have a location in Tiverton
Tiverton.
in North
Tiverton,
Providence?
Rhode Island, and North Providence, Rhode Island.
and anything to make you girls pretty, right? Tanning, teeth whitening. I just ordered. I got the thing. I got to send back to them actually.
If you mention the J2
Invisalign,
podcast, you
they
get
sent me a
2%
whitener.
discount.
If you mention the J2 podcast, not only are all your services free, but they will actually give you money.
Yes, fellas out there, we have Valentine's Day coming up, so give your girl the glow.
I like it.
I like that.
I give my girl the glow. Doesn't even make sense, but it sounded fun. All right, hey. So long, farewell.
Farewell.
Oh,
I know. Do you
remember
guys have like a theme song?
We have an intro that already played, but you guys didn't hear it. We've been singing this outro. It goes, so long, farewell to you, my friends. You remember that show?
You
You're
need
my
to chime
age,
in
right?
here. We could get
Yeah.
a boy band
How are
going.
you, I know we're not the same age.
2.0.
We're not the same age.
I don't even
You
know
remember
the
that
song. I
show
just
Out of the
follow it.
Box?
No, I don't.
Anyways, guys, that's it. We're signing off. Peace. Love
Peace.
you.
Love you guys.
Subscribe.
Bye.
Watch us. Bye.
Let's take some like.